So the first part is we go through. The competitors have to pick 12 pets that they think would help them the most in this. From there, they have to look at the pets their opponent chose. Those are available to them, and then they get to pick 3 that are their counters to the ones that they have.
Yeah, so right now they already have their 12. That's that first little block there, and they saw each other's 12 picks, and then they went, okay, well, what's going to counter those? And so, like, I'm looking over at on Fwen's side, the Moondhutch, Netherwhelp, and they don't get to see what the other person's picked until they hit confirm. We're sort of looking at a God mode view.
So if you're watching the stream, you can see everything, which is why we hope that the competitors are not watching the stream.
Yes. So we have Graves over on the right-hand side there. I like that. It's a good solid pick. Both of them have Shadow, actually.
Yeah.
Both of them have the Rose Typin. Good fast speeding blind counter.
They both seem to have the Simmerbro Hoarder, which is, I believe, from it was always from, I want to say that's Ardenweald.
I mean, it's the Ardenweald sprite. I definitely know that.
Yeah.
I have to look it up.
I think that's the one that I think there's literally a pet that you find under a bridge, and I want to say it's that one. I just believe deep in my heart that that is the case.
It's from a fairy trove in Ardenweald.
I am very proud of myself. I'm pretty sure that's underneath a bridge. I could not guarantee that it's beneath a bridge, but I have faith. But if you look at some of these, like some of these have like really interesting abilities, like the Toxic Skin. And then we have my boy there, Pierre, who I love, and I'm glad that he's finally seeing some usage. And then we have the Weather Setters.
Oh yeah, the Weather Setters, which is usually Sandstorm.
Yeah.
I'm seeing. I like the Tongue Lasher on Fwen's side.
Yeah. Honestly, if you look at Fwen's side, it really doesn't have as many Sandstorm Setters as, like, I know the NA side. If you didn't have 12 Sandstorm Setters in your first picks, you were throwing. But yeah, it looks like they are almost ready to finalize on that, and then
I think so. They're just making sure, I think.
Yeah, they're taking some deep breaths, some heavy thinkings. Yeah, I also love to see the Lost Quill in there. That was one of the things I saw in my first match that I just was like, well, I love that. I'm gonna steal that and start using that in every match I play.
Oh yeah, Lost Quill is incredibly fast, and it's got all of those stuns and sleeps and everything.
Mm-hmm. Has the Deckard Cane, like, stay a while and listen ability. It also has a beast move in Plot Twist, which looks like it's a book, but somehow does beast damage. Because, you know, books are apparently beast now.
Plot Twist is it's a very bestial move.
Mm-hmm. I know. Okay. We've all picked up that book that is just a beast to read through. So
I really like the Lost Limb that's in there. So Lost Limb, it does a lot of stuns. It switches your opponent's pets out. It's really good for that. It does the Empowering Strikes, which does undead damage and increases by each time it hits. So it's that stacking damage. I really like the Lost Limb. And on the other side, we see the Bone Serpent, which is a great counter for any humanoid pets. But what do we have? The Fiendish Imp on Fwen's side?
Yeah, I also think it's mainly for the Call Darkness against dragons as well as the weather setting.
Mm-hmm.
Because that Call Darkness is terrifying. If you put out a dragon pet and if you do any type of damage with that, like, you will get crushed with Call Darkness going through.
I just confirmed with the competitors, and one of them is thinking, and the other one has confirmed. So, yeah.
And that's fine. I can understand. I also think far too hard whenever it comes to the battle pets. I always wanted to win. I was very sad when I lost.
So I'll read out a little bit about the players then. So Tanixion says they're a longtime player since Wrath of the Lich King. They got into collecting side of WoW and achievement hunting, and after defeating countless dungeons and raid, they now tackle the pinnacles of WoW's endgame content. Pet Battle PvP.
Fair. It's also funny because I am also one of those people who's like, oh yeah, I did cutting edge rating for a little bit, got bored, so I went to the important stuff. Pet collection.
Absolutely.
Because who here doesn't believe that pet collection is the most important thing in the game? The silence is deafening. No,
it is.
But yeah, looking at these with all these locked in, it's always going to be interesting to try to see like what team they're going to try to create. Is it going to be one of those ones where you just have that unbelievable damage and you try to finish it quickly? Is it going to be something that they're just going to like slowly whittle them down with like the poisons, those damages over time? Is it going to be a super defensive team? There are so many different ways to run through this that it's actually super interesting to watch.
I'm just contacting the competitors right now.
Ooh, Anomalous ban first. They do not want to see Anomalous played. I have a feeling that's going to be a recurring
instantaneous
theme. Yeah,
so they're moving quick. So Fwen banned the Anomalous. Anomalous is a incredibly fast pet that does just AoE damage constantly, and so getting rid of that is just it's just a good pet. It was one of the like more banned pets in the entire tournament so far. And then we see the Lost Limb banned from Tanixion, which is a great counter against things like Anubis Idol there. So
yeah, and again, if you look at pet battle usage, like I believe the Anomalous was played in 13% of all matches. So of all the matches with 62, 64 competitors on the NA side and then the EU side as well, it's just been very, very popular.
It's been very popular to use Anomalous, and that's because I mean it's got some power behind it. You could say overpowered, but it just that AoE damage is just incredible, and you can't take it down fast because of the racial that magics have, which is just they can't be hit with large hits. You can only do a maximum of 360, I think it is, to Anomalous.
I want to say, it's like 30% of their health, so it takes at least 3 hits to kill it every time.
So that leaves like a common misconception people have is like you want to go against Anomalous with like the counter of like dragon types, but that's not necessarily true against Anomalous. You want to get something that hits multiple times to get past that racial passive.
You want to use something with like a burning web. You want to use something that does like a really big, like I know Nomelia does the cannon that does a lot of damage. You want to do something that does a lot of damage and has multiple hits on it. I know some dragons with their tail swipe used to do damage twice to them, and I think that would have been a lot better, but...
So our first picks are Living Sandling, which is a nice sandstorm pet, has sandstorm and quicksand, which is good. And then we have the Shimmerbow Hoarder, which I haven't studied this pet too well. Tell me what you know about this one.
I can't tell you a ton about it. I know that Spirit Claws is really good because it does a lot of damage, but it's only 80% accurate. Nibble's a good one. Nut Barrage, just A, a funny name, and B, just does a little bit of damage, like a chip damage each time. But with Sandstorm, I feel as though it makes it almost like it would make that negligible.
It does make the Nut Barrage negligible, but the Nibble would be good. Flash. I mean, you can always just choose if it's a complete Sandstorm team, you can always just choose Flash instead.
Yeah.
So.
But then we're looking at Blinding Poison Burrow pet over here. We have the Living Sandstorm. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. I'm really interested to see what she's going to pick as her next one with Batty done, Lost Limb. She can't use the Lost Quill.
Oh, so Chad is saying, look at the cooldowns on Nibble. So cooldown has a 2-turn cooldown on a stun, and that's why you pick Shimmerbow Hoarder. Oh, that's interesting.
Which is fair. The two, and then it does damage along with it, so it's not just a single hit and then like it doesn't do any damage. It is a stun that also hits. Didn't even look at that.
So then we have the Death Adder Hatchling, a great blind control pet. Can reduce damage too with Crouch, and if you have Crouch and Sandstorm, the way they stack on top of each other, you take almost no damage.
Yeah, and then we have the same thing with Spiny Carapace and Sandstorm on the Sandyback Crawler. An aquatic pet with Sandstorm is just feels slightly unfair.
It does, but something we've known from the tournament so far is that Fwen's favorite type is the water types, so I think she would feel particularly sad if she couldn't bring in at least one water type per match.
Which is fair. I tried to sneak in Lovey every time I could, and you see where it got me, commentating. We have the Gilnean Raven as well, so we have Call Darkness on one, we have Sandstorm on another, Nocturnal Strike in there as well. This is definitely planned to get away with that one aquatic type in there.
So people are asking for like hovering over to see the abilities. So the way that the stream is working out, we can't hover over live on stream, but we can talk about the abilities. So we'll try to cover that as we go along.
Yeah.
The UI of the website allows for it, but the way that the stream is processed, that we can't really do that. So
yeah.
So the Gilnean Raven is a great pet in traditional PvP and has done pretty well in the tournament, though not like the first picks, like Anomalous. And so the Call Darkness, it does massive damage. It creates 10% miss chance wide, and then Nocturnal Strike, which has a 50% hit chance and hits for a lot of damage, but has a 100% chance to hit if it's Call Darkness. And Shadow is from the shop and an incredibly strong pet.
Yeah, so I've seen it a lot recently.
So we have Shimmerbow Hoarder, Sandyback Crawler, and Shadow against Living Sandling, Death Adder Hatchling, and Gilnean Raven. What do you think?
I think that I always look at the first pick and try to see how that's going to affect. With the first pick, you look at all of these and it feels as though there's just a counter for a lot of these pets in here. I could not tell you who I think is going to win. I think that with Fwen, you don't always see the vision for what she's looking for, but she's got an idea in there. We just have to figure out what it is. So we're giving them a little bit of time to set up as well. So once they're into this match, I believe we're gonna switch over. Looks like they're already doing their strafing, and looks like they're ready to go in. So we can switch over to that screen now.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in.
Yeah, let's switch over. They're in the match. Recon, if we can switch over real quick.
Because they're currently making their picks on their first.
Okay, so they made their first picks to come out, and it looks like it's going to be it's going to be Shadow versus Gilnean Raven. All right, so it's Call Darkness versus Call Darkness.
Yeah.
Shadow. Okay, so the racial passive of flying types is that their speed doubles if they're above 50% health. So right now you can see the third stat there is the speed, and Gilnean Raven's speed is at 463, which is significantly higher than Shadow's. So it is going to go first.
I almost think I give the edge to Shadow on this one, just due to the fact that it has the type advantage, and that flash we knew was going to come out there, but
speed didn't help because Gilnean Raven didn't have the damage that Shadow did.
And it also, like, the Call Darkness, it could only do 30% of its health as damage.
Just two-shotted. That was incredible.
And then we already have the Death Adder coming in.
But doesn't let the Shimmerbow Hoarder die. Retreats it out to use it for later.
Ooh, that was a nice blind.
Oh, that was a fantastic blind, because that the Death Adder Hatchling doesn't take any of that damage from Sandstorm, and Sandstorm hits for a lot.
Yeah.
So that's a massive loss to Fwen's damage.
Yeah.
But the Death Eater Hatchling has the type advantage against the Hoarder now.
Yeah.
And it's going to take almost no damage because it just used Crouch.
Yep. So it has reduced damage, and now it's just got to hope that it can do enough damage through it. Yeah, that blind.
Gonna try to bring out the Shadow and switch out the Sandstorm. Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's... Yeah, Fwen.
Oh, that miss.
The miss actually lets it happen.
Wow.
So Sandstorm creates a 10% miss chance, and the 10% miss chance from Sandstorm allowed that weather change to happen. Oh my gosh.
And that also switches in, gives them flash as well from that. Because that's going to be another... That is really...
really lucky on Fwen's part. That was incredible.
Yeah. If you're not 100% accurate, it's 50% accurate. That is a shame. Because now we have the Sandling that is also blinded, can't hit for a turn. That was beautifully played.
But their health totals seem to be about the same. So they both have one lost pet down, and so I think it's still an even game. There's no way to call it at this point.
Ooh, the miss again.
Oh, but the hit on the Sandstorm that time.
So we still get the blind out.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that was a chance to blind. That wasn't a full chance because it wasn't darkness. Wow.
Baby Brawler coming out.
Yeah. We're going to go back with another Sandstorm
Doing the Sandstorm again, but the
blind missed.
Oh, no, the blind missed. We needed that blind. Oh. The Death Eater Hatchling keeps using the...
With 50 health remaining, too. That was a close one.
Keeps using the Vicious Fang. Every time you use Vicious Fang, it would stack up, but it just wasn't happening enough with all the damage reduction.
And now it's just 1v. And again, this slow to take it out. That's slow with Quicksand.
Slow doesn't have to use the Quicksand. So you can use Sand Bolt. Just using Sand Bolt the one turn, and then this turn, if they can survive, then the Living Sandling wins. But that's it.
Ooh.
Because of the slow that Living Sandling used with Quicksand, Tanixion wins round 1.
Wow. That was really close with a lot of... Listen, I understand that a lot of people are looking at the stream like I have no clue what they're talking about. But with the blind and the 10% chance to miss there, then the Sandstorm chance to miss, plus the 25% chance on like a blind when if you use Call Darkness, it's 100% chance when you use Flash, but there was a lot of nuance to that.
Recon, if we can switch back to the ban website.
Yep, because they're choosing their next go around. But that is the first win for Tanixion. Definitely wants to get that revenge on Fwen.
Well, I don't know if they ever actually battled each other before.
Oh, did they not?
No, I don't think that. I think this is their first matchup. So we're seeing the lost limb ban pick again. But what's Fwen gonna choose?
Looks like Death Adder.
Death Adder did really do some work that last game.
It did some. It was a really not undervalued, but it was definitely like a heavy hitter on that one.
Yeah. So a little history, a little match history on each one of them. Tanixion in their first match went 3-1, then went 3-2, then 3-0. Then lost to Knight Achievements in the winner's bracket, which is from the Achievement Hunters Discord, Knight, and got put down to the loser's bracket. That was Tanixion. And then won against Zerberus, and then Babark, and then whenever Tanixion had the rematch against Knight Achievements, he beat him.
Okay.
And in the semifinals on the winner's bracket, Fwen went against Knight Achievements and beat 3-0.
Yeah.
So Fwen has the better record so far, but we did just see a great shutdown on that first game there.
It was a close one, and now we see her running Anubis Ath, Then we see Lost Quill, but we see Anomalous getting to come in. I think with the Sandstorm, he's a little they're a little less concerned about the Anomalous, but definitely still don't want to let that thing go off.
Well, if the Anubisath idol is the only one you have out there with the Sandstorm, then you just I don't know, because you'd probably bring out the Anomalous first, but Anubisath idol first, but Anubisath is great as like a last hitter, as like the person to like survive and just clean up. Yeah. So, but with Anomalous coming out first, you'd want to do that 1v1 battle, and usually Anubisath versus Anomalous, Anubisath doesn't do too well because Anomalous doesn't take those hits.
But we do have Spectral Spine. We also have Nevermore. Like, the Lost Quill does have enough, like, a shutdown to try to go for it.
That's true. Lost Quill can shut down Anomalous and just keep all of those moves completely locked down.
So we have Anubisath, Lost Quill, and Batty for Fwen, and then we have Anomalous, Shimmerbro Hoarder, and then Graves for Tanixion. Another, I do not know if I could call this one from the start. These two teams look terrifying.
Well, Graves is incredible. So for those who aren't aware, Graves comes from Heroes of the Storm, and it's actually the game's still live, believe it or not. You go play Heroes of the Storm for, I think it's like a few hours. Like it ends up being like about 9 hours or so. And if we can switch over, the opponents are ready. We can switch over to the in-game view.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Looks like we're getting Batty versus Anomalous.
Batty versus Graves.
Ooh, switched him out immediately.
Couldn't let the Anomalous. Oh, but then
and then you
Batty
just bring him right back.
So Batty used a move that force switches out, and it like Fwen is just keeping control of the situation by saying, you can't keep Anomalous on the back line. I will destroy that pet.
I want him gone yesterday. And he's still faster even without the speed boost.
Oh my god.
Wow.
But the dot has been applied, so the Anomalous did do his damage of getting that AoE and dropping everybody to like 75% health. Yeah.
You're right. It definitely was a costly win, but that was Anomalous definitely put in that work.
He did, but is it gonna work out in the end?
Yeah.
So the Shimbo Hoarder misses the nibble, which is its stun.
Yeah. Got the blind off though.
Ooh, the blind
still
off
hit. Now we got the miss. Okay.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to use Shimmerbow Hoarder in some more teams. I did not know it was so good.
Yeah, we got the sand up, but it was a miss.
It's that flash. 50% for 2 rounds. I don't know if I would have risked it.
Yeah.
And it's just, you can use it so often. That is such a good lockdown pet. Oh my gosh.
That is such an obnoxious pet. that is such an obnoxious, because anytime that you can't use that, you can use Nibble. So you have to choose, do you want to be blinded and like have a chance to miss, or do you want to just get stunned? It is a you are damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing.
Ellie, Tanixion, who is on the right, won the first match. The first match was Tanixion, so currently it is 0-1.
Yeah. So if you look on the screen up there, it has the 1 star next to them, letting us know that they got that first win.
Yeah, the stars on screen and the little skulls represent the matches so far.
Yeah, so Hawk, you're very correct. With so much speed, it can do so much damage and just keep you going. That is a very obnoxious way to play. That is broken strong. I'm very glad none of my opponents saw that when I was playing, because I would have been
349 speed. That is insane. But we saw Fwen had it last round. Oh, and
Yeah.
it's down. It's finally down.
Yep.
Okay, so we have the Lost Quill versus Graves.
We got our 1v1, but the Lost Quill is already so low. That crit helped, but...
Okay, so Lost Quill gets to go first, gets to put it to sleep, and then recharge for a round.
Ooh.
Puts up a block.
Yeah. But then we still have to remember
no.
the undead gets that extra round.
It's
plus
the
that
extra round of undead.
heal.
Oh, that heal.
Yeah, for those who don't know, undead get an extra round after they die where they're still alive. Because zombie.
Yeah, one full extra round. Oh my gosh.
Wow, that is 2-0 for Tanixion. That was well played.
What a good use of the Shimmerbow Hoarder.
Yeah.
Oh, that was... I did not know that the Shimmerbow Hoarder could just continually be used like that. You just sleep and then stun and then... Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm writing that down so I can annoy someone with that later. Hey, Nomi, do you want to do pet battles later?
Just challenging people already?
Yeah.
So yeah. So for anybody that is questioning, well, what are they going for? So right now the top prize is a unique custom trophy that we've built. You can check out petbattlepvp.com and see all of the... Oh, thank you for putting that on screen. So that is the season 1 trophy that is for the tournament, and the winners of EU versus NA will get that trophy. If we can switch back to the banning overlay real quick. Thank you so much.
We are not 1-1. We are 2-0 in Tanixion's favor. And we have the crab coming out to start. That is her aquatic pet of choice this round. And then we have living sandling as well.
All right,
So
we saw living sandling get some great use in the first round with quicksand, lowering the opponent's speed, and then just taking advantage of hitting, finishing off every turn, just quicksand and then sandbolt and then sandstorm, and that was just 3 pets taken out right in a row.
Every move is just punishing. It is hard. And now we're looking at the Rose Typin and the Death Adder already banned, and Lost Limb also banned. So Tanixion's choice here. Lost Quill.
Okay, so
not locked in. Not locked in.
Oh,
they're thinking. Mechanical Pandaren Hatchling is also a fun one. He's just gonna cycle us through all of his pets, so we have to talk about each of them. Mechanical Pandaren Hatchling. Thank you.
Oh, he heard us.
Oh no. Ooh, Gildan Raven. We saw that one in the first match too. So we've already seen that synergy between the two. The Mechanical Pandaren Hatchling can be received from Pandaria Engineering. Shocking, I know.
Oh, what?
What?
Where do you get Pierre from, who we see on Fwen's list?
Oh, Pierre? Oh, that is my baby angel. He is from Legion Engineering, and I love that guy. Was that cooking? I actually don't remember if that was...
I'm pretty sure it's cooking.
Yeah. I think that one's... Is that the one that you need like 50 of Jard's Peculiar? I hated those farms. That was the worst.
Frost for Rat. Now that's a really interesting pet. So Frost for Rat has Refuge, and Refuge says a natural shield surrounds the user and each friendly critter, blocking the next attack that would last 6 rounds. So usually whenever you pick Frost for Rat, your next pick is going to be a critter type. That way you can switch between them and constantly have a block. So that kind of probably tells us that Fwen's third pick is going to be a critter. Although you could just keep Frost for a Rat out and use the block for itself, but it's a free switch essentially another critter.
But if you also look at it, we also see that it has crouched instead, so we can call darkness, crouch, and then flurry, sneak attack, whichever one they want.
That's true.
And then we have the violent Poltrid coming out, and that one is oh my god, I'm trying to remember what it's called. Was it the Zereth Mortis?
It is Zereth Mortis with the longest crafting system ever.
Mm-hmm. The longest and most painful crafting system that definitely didn't make me want to cry as I did it. Then we have the Shimmerbow Hoarder. So we have
Oh my gosh, they're both just taking advantage of this the
Yeah,
hoarder just going back and forth. It's collecting things from both sides and adding it to its own
yeah.
collection.
It is. It is definitely the player of the match. I don't know if there's a shout out at the end of this one, but the Shimmerbo Hoarder is going to get a shout out from whoever wins.
I think at this point it's hoarding victories.
Yeah. Ooh.
Interesting thing about the violent Poltrid is in most games, in a lot of games coming up to the finals, a lot of people had violent Poltrid in their 15 possible picks, but it didn't see a lot of play. So a lot
Yeah.
of people were picking it to potentially use and did not use it. So it's kind of an interesting pet to actually get to see used in a match.
Yeah, it's kind of a backup to Anomalous in my mind because it still has that backup and still has that like group damage with its bleed. Okay, looks like they're getting ready for their next match, so we can switch over to there.
We can go ahead.
We have Shimmerbo, Frostfur, and then we have the Sandyback Crab versus Sandkeep, the Gilnean Raven, and the Violent Poltrid. It's a lot of flying on one side.
Okay, so we've got the Violent Poltrid coming out first, who's going to have the top speed and have the type advantage against the Sandyback Crawler, flying against, aquatic.
But I believe the bleed is a beast damage. So, and that.
Oh, is it? So it's a mistyping on the icons. Okay. A lot of moves are like that, where it's mistyped on the icons.
I think the bleed. I don't think the bleed does that damage though.
Let's see.
It's looking like it's doing beast damage because it's doing damage to the critters in the back for more. But we have the Sandyback critter that is
beast damage. It is beast damage.
But it is already like the sand crab has already gone through that first one. Now
I can't believe that the aquatic. Now, see, that's just where it shows you that type advantage doesn't necessarily mean as much, because we saw the Sandyback Crawler, which should be weak to the flying type, just completely tear through it.
Ooh. Did they just... I think that was a very good play. I think they might have guessed that it was going to be that move to get that blind in there.
That's incredible. That's a complete negate on the darkness, the Call Darkness damage.
Yeah.
At this point, it's, 3 versus 2, but the Sandyback Crawler, I don't know if it can come back out again because of its low HP.
And again, either way, and now we can see the game. Now we can see the torture.
Oh, and the stun, because now the Shimmerbo Hoarder is faster because we've knocked the flying type down below its 50% threshold. And
wow.
And the Shimmerbo Hoarder is collecting wins. That's what it hoards.
It hoards the tears of its enemies. Wow. This thing is going through. And everyone kind of looks down on critter pets too, but this is just terrifying.
If I was going to pick a type, it would be critter pets because they can't be stunned. And I think that's an incredible passive.
Yeah. And now we see the spike shell come out. Wow. Just barely hanging in there. Getting the chip damage from the shell, and now we have a rat versus a sandstorm.
That's gonna hit for full damage. There's no miss chances going on right now, or
but
blocks.
Now we have the full block.
Yeah, blocks the next turn. Okay.
Extra damage and darkness from this one, but question is, will it be enough? Ooh, the speed is still outspeeding it.
Even with the speed reduction, still faster by 2.
Mm-hmm. And then
oh my god,
that missed.
Oh,
that 90% chance to hit. If it's not 100%.
90% chance to miss is 100% chance to miss.
Yes.
90%
that
chance
is
to hit, yeah.
that was such a great match. Such a great job from Fwen. She was robbed. That miss was annoying. I don't disagree. That hurts to see.
So Fwen the entire time had been saying that she wanted the shirt from the tournament. And so the top 4 competitors, so everybody in the finals, they get their choice between some in-game codes for things like Gummy and the tabards, or a shirt, a jersey, or an enamel like plaque for your desk. and Fwen has made it very clear that she wants that jersey. So and that's what she's gotten so far. And she said she's gotten her jersey, so she's happy. And then Tanixion moves on to the finals.
Yeah.
To the EU, he gets to represent EU completely. That's incredible. Good job, Tanixion.
And then there was me. If I got that trophy, I was putting it directly on our kitchen table. I was make Celstana miserable with that thing. That was real intense. And now sorry, I'm just watching Fwen's stream and hearing the extra stress that is being given. Because Fwen is now saying that Tanixion must win it all. Yeah, and now we have the NA players that are our next one to look at.
All right, Phil, for a second. Puffin, take over for a second.
Oh, hello, friends. I would love to talk to you about our Lord and Savior pet battles. So if anyone would like to learn more about pet battling, Valor has this thing called Valor Academy, and we have done previous events in which we've talked about the intro to pet battling, talked about pet battle dungeons previously as well. I would love to talk pet battling with anyone and everyone because I am insane with pet battles. Nomi saying he loves pet battles. Nomi is lying. He has like 4, and I believe like one of them is Little Winston, which I'm still jealous about, but still. But yes, pet battles are my passion. I would love to tell anyone about Nomi has 6 pet battles. Okay. But yeah, we have our 2 NA competitors coming up next. I'm going to hop on over and I'm going to tell us all about them.
Okay, I am being told that we have 5 gummy battle pet codes that we can give away. Puffin?
Yes.
Did Puffin leave? Oh, okay.
No, I thought there was more. My bad.
Oh no. So we have 5 gummy battle pet codes that we can give away right now, and all you have to do to enter in to get one of these codes is type enter in the chat, and you will be entered in the giveaway to win one of these gummy battle pet codes. So just type enter in the chat.
While you're typing that, I'm going to read about Goskaffur. He is he enjoys all parts of the game. He lives with his animals, Bumper, Mooney, and Leroy. I feel slightly icky about using the real names of people, so I'm not going to read his wife's name, but he lives in Boston. He loves all types of the game, but Battle Pets holds a special place in his heart because it is something he and his wife do together. Since it's the tournament started, he's gotten into using the tooling. Shout out to WoW Pet Sim, to Theorycraft new strategies. It's been a ton of fun regardless of the outcome, and he hopes that there are more events like this from this awesome community in this underappreciated part of the game. I will admit, I hear that same love for the Battle Pet community. I met my my now fiance through Battle Pets, and it was 100% I just wanted to win, and she had more battle pets than me. So I will never turn away. I must always win. I must always have more battle pets than everyone. But still, I love the game and I love having fun with it. And then we have our other competitor, Woxbc, who started playing in TBC and is way too into pet games of all types. I would love to talk to him about pet games because Pokemon has a special place in my heart and I can never forget it. So we're gonna get ready because I believe we have our new competitors who are gonna start streaming and getting it ready for us all soon.
Okay, so while they're getting ready, again, we are currently giving away a gummy battle pet code, and all you have to do is type !enter in chat, and you are entered in the drawing for the gummy battle pet code. Gummy is from the Gummy Worms collab in NA, and unfortunately you can't get it in the EU. The code still works, so if you are a EU, OCE, you're over in Australia or whatever, and you can't get your hands on a pack of trolley gummy worms, then this is a chance and a way to get the gummy battle pet. So just type !enter in chat and you're entered to win. And we will pull that in just a few minutes.
Yeah, and if you don't know what trolley gummy worms are, I envy you. They are a lot of sugar. I don't think my body can handle that much anymore. It looks like they are going to be setting up an Ardenweld, which is a beautiful, like, honestly, if you're looking at this view, it is a beautiful place to be. But yeah, I think we're gonna set up the next match. Do we have their code so we can watch their pick ban?
I do. Give me just a moment.
Perfect. And I'm really excited to see what the NA has to do. I lost very early in this tournament. I didn't get to play either of these guys, so I will eventually next season I'll make it here, but for right now I'm just going to be a very obnoxious commentator as always.
All right. Wow. So we can go ahead and pull those codes if you can hear me. We can go ahead and run those, I think. Prophet, are we ready? Or we still have some time? I
believe Recon is doing the pick.
All right, so we're going to run that giveaway now. We have just a few seconds. !enter for your chance to win a Gummy Battle Pet. So we're going to run that giveaway, and then we'll switch over to the pick ban phase for our competitors for our next game.
I feel bad. I honestly was slightly joking when I said if you didn't have 20 the Sandstorm pets that you were doing something wrong, but now I'm looking at some of these and I am very sure that I just predicted the future.
Well, I mean, we definitely saw that that is the last website. Recon. If you can switch over the link.
Yeah, because if we look at it, the Sandstorm pets, you see a lot more of them on EU, but if we're looking at these, oh no, I can see the Karaji Guardian on NA almost exclusively.
So it looks like our winner for the Gummy Battle Pet was Babar Knight. Congratulations, Babar Knight. Please message Prophet on Twitch and they will get you that code. All right, so it looks like we're ready. Let me message our opponents and fill time again, please.
Yeah. And then, yeah, it looks like, if I'm looking at this, it looks like we have one team that is built all around Sandstorm, and then we have another one that looks like Call Darkness is going to be its play. Because we have a couple, but then we look at this and there's 3 Call Darknesses already, I believe. So it looks like there's going to be a lot. And we also, ooh, I see something, and I'm not going to talk about it until after the next pick phase, because I think I see something here.
Yeah, let's not influence the match there. Come on,
yeah.
man.
Oh, no, I'm looking at it. I see it here. I think I see it.
All right. So the ones that I like here, I like the Frostwolf Ghost Pup. Oh, it looks like they're both ready, and they're gonna be picking their counter picks. So this is where they see their opponent. For people who are just tuning in right now, we have Woxbc and Goskaffur. They're going against each other to find out who is going to represent NA versus EU, and that'll be our third match is EU. And these are 2 incredible competitors that climbed their way all the way up the bracket against like 60 other competitors, and right now they have picked 12 pets each, and they just saw each other's 12 picks, and they get to pick some counter picks to fill out their selections. These will be the only pets that they can use in the tournament. There are a total of 15. Once they've picked their 15, then they'll start a pick ban phase.
Yeah, and if you look at both of these competitors, I want to draw everyone's attention to the best and only battle pet that matters. The name is Sir Shady Murgleton Jr. I don't care what battle pet you have, nothing is ever going to beat that name. I cannot think of any battle pet that is cooler than Sir Shady Murgleton Jr.
Sir Shady Murgleton Jr. Is a new pet that comes from the Murloc and Dornagal from doing delves, and it's those Delver's coins that you get each time you do a delve, and it costs 10,000 coins. You can also buy him on the auction house, but he's a little expensive because of how many Delver's coins it takes to get him. So he's a little bit of a flex, honestly.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a flex, but us real OGs of the battle pet community, we got him.
All right. So we're seeing won't talk too much about the picks, but until they're locked in. But I see some type countering, I think, and then some dodge going on over there, and then on Gooskaffur's side, I see some CC, I think.
Yeah, I see a lot of different picks from the NA to EU. It's very different. Again, there are some that are very like the same ones are going to show up. Some of the ones, it's not surprised that they're returning based on how well they did in previous ones.
Ooh, we do see the Golden Chirper on Gooskaffur's side. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting one.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking at these pets and I see a lot of just very different pets. Like we see the Lost Limb on Goskaffur's side, which banned every match in the last one. Did not get to see it played, but
such a good pet, which is why it's banned.
Yeah, and then we see Anomalous on Woxbc side, but
I just noticed something with Gooskaffur's side. We don't see any Anubiseth Idol or Anomalous, and those have been just sweeping the tournament.
Yes, so, but we do see the Void Scarred Anubiseth, which is the same pet but different.
It's true. It has a few different abilities. It's not an exact clone, but it's very close. Clone,
but it is a very similar. Yeah, I'm starting to see it as we see the pets kind of trickle in. I'm starting to see a theme that he wants going on here.
And what is that? The Anxious Nibbler over there again has that nibble ability, which is that crazy lockdown.
Yep, nibble with Dust Cloud. And then it has another ability that goes through.
Yeah, so the Anxious Nibbler, it's 2 over 3 down on Wox's side. It has Nibble, which is a stun, and it's got a 2-turn cooldown, and it has Dust Cloud, which is a 100% chance to dodge in the last 1 round. So it could, in theory, keep its opponent locked down for 3 out of 4 turns.
Yeah. And it depends on its speed as well, because if it's a faster one versus a slower one, it can still outspeed a lot of things here. Wow, I'm looking at
Moon over on Gooskaffur's side. I don't think we saw that one in the tournament yet so far at all.
I don't think I was looking through and I haven't seen it from any of them so far, but it has some really interesting abilities. It's really good for locking down any pet that wants to come in and say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to try to do flying damage." No. It also is Crouch. It's a really good one for that. If it chooses Howl, it increases the damage they take. So you could potentially do like a Howl into a big weather move. Has its own weather as well.
Moon Dance is incredible. For 9 rounds, your team speed is increased by 25%.
Yeah.
So between Moon and Golden Chirper, he's making sure that he is able to pick whatever pets he wants, and he won't be outsped.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so it looks like they've made their final choices. So their final choices on Wox's side are Warbot, really good powerhouse pet for just damage. It's a big old cannon of damage. And then Vengeful Porcupet, which is kind of a Thorns. And Stunted Direhorn, which is also another like power hitter pet for beast damage. And Gooskaffur has Sneaky Marmot, which is lots of blinds that go on. Fluttering Glimmerfly, which is another increase your team's speed, and also has Wish, which heals. And then Veil Flitterer, which is a very hard pet to hit because of Cocoon Strike.
Yep, Cocoon Strike, especially with Call Lightning and Slicing Wind. If you are faster with Veil Flitterer, it is going to do a ton of damage, and it's going to be very quick. especially with
right.
the amount of beast pets that we see out.
So Wox's first ban was Sandkeep. We saw how
Yep.
good Sandkeep could be in the last match with Quicksand and going into Sandstorm and Sandbolt. So he's making sure that that is not going to happen to him.
Which is funny because we have Sandkeep and then we have Living Sandling, which both have the exact same moves but are just different for trademark reasons, I'm sure. Then Warbot is already banned as well, so we see
he doesn't want to see that mechanical
Yeah.
damage, which is going to be
No.
really strong against Beast.
No one wants to see that. Then we see the Teardrop Moth already coming out, blinding poison, cloud dusts, a lot of damage coming out. That is already worrying.
So its main moves are it hits multiple times in a turn on its first hit. Its second move, it can either do a heal or 100% chance to dodge for one turn. And its third move, it can do either put the target to sleep and do damage, or put a dot on the opponent and make them 100% blind for one turn.
Yeah.
And then we have Mechanical Pandaren Dragonlink.
Very popular in the NA. Decoy is just unbelievable in this game. Just being able to, there were a couple abilities that were used in the last one where they had to they can put up a block for 2 turns, but then you have to wait a turn in between. The Decoy doesn't have that. You can block for 2 turns and you can go again. It is kind of scary sometimes.
It took me forever to get Teardrop Moth for my collection. Whenever it comes from Zeralit Caverns, and it's a rare drop from the Underlight Queen, which is just a giant boss who looks exactly like it.
See, I don't remember farming it. I assume I did, but that was also during the summer when I had ample time to do whatever.
So we have 2 Dragonflight pets now, both actually from Zeralit Cavern.
Mm-hmm.
We have Cobbleshell.
Cobbleshell's an interesting choice here. I'm trying to see, again, I'm always trying to see the vision here. It's the reason why I'm not in this match, because I do not see the vision here.
Well, Cobbleshell, I mean, it's a critter, so it's not going to be able to be stunned or anything, which if Mechanical Pandaren Dragonlink had a stun, I would see that. But maybe he's looking at the other ones that are coming out and going, well, I don't need that lockdown, perhaps, from another pet. But I see a lot of damage in Wox. I don't see a lot of control in his abilities.
Yeah. I'm seeing the stone form maybe just trying to survive later on. Maybe they're running toxic smoke just to deal with that. I just have not seen it yet. I'm very intrigued to see how it plays.
Chat is saying that there is apparently 1 Teardrop Moth on the auction house right now for 44k gold.
Fair.
So it's 44k. That's an expensive little pet.
And if you want to spend that much money on me, my character, no, I'm joking.
And the server is.
I am Dark Puffin on Thrall. If you would like to send me bet, no, I'm joking.
Okay, so it's Wox. They're looking at who they might counter with. So it's interesting that Goskaffur has banned the second picks, both second picks. So he doesn't like the options that Wox was bringing to the table to try and counter his team.
Because again, I see the Living Sandling or Sandkeep banned. That makes sense. Moontouch Whelpling, also very annoying. I see the Warbot and Vengeful Porcupet, and I'm like, what is the move here?
There are lots of damage.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's so scary. But I mean, Goskaffur made it all the way here, and so did Wox. So they have much bigger brains than I.
Yeah,
so
clearly we're just announcers. Anomalous comes out too, so we see Mechanical Pandaren Anomalous. I hate to say I've lost to this exact setup. Those two, they didn't even need a third.
If I was going in traditional PvP where it's just blind pick queuing and I went against a Mechanical Pandaren Dragonlink and Anomalous, I'd probably not do too well.
Fair.
But unless I had a proper team. But that's kind of the advantage of the tournament, is you can build a proper team for it. Whenever you see that opponent, you can go, well, I've got a counter for that.
Ooh, and then it looks like the ban is going to be the Lost Quill. So we're going in with Lost Quillband, Sandkeep, and Moontouched. So Gooskaffur is getting his final pick in. We have a mechanical and a magic pet in there, an anomalous mechanical Pandaren. He has a teardrop and cobble shell. I'm trying to think of what I would choose in this situation.
The Lost Quill was banned. So Wox is doing like traditional. From what we've seen, he's banned the Moontouch, he's banned the Sandkeep, he's banned the Lost Quill, he's picked Anomalous, he's picked Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling, and this sort of strategy has worked very well for anybody who's used this sort of strategy so far in the tournament. But Gooskaffur has picked 2 pets who have almost not seen any play and banned 2 pets who have almost not seen any play. So
yeah.
Could we be seeing a new meta here?
Again, we're playing checkers. This man is playing Death Note. I don't see the vision. Okay, now we finally see a pet that I actually understand. The Voice Guard of Nubasath. I believe that's from. Was that from the? That had to be from either. Oh my god, that was from the Horrific Visions, wasn't it? Or was that just in Oldham?
I have no idea. It's a little before my time, so I have to look it up. It is from Nyaloth of the Waking City, and it drops off of the boss Raden.
Oh no, back in my day. No, I played that. I don't remember how. I remember getting that drop and being so proud of myself, and then everyone else got it, and then it didn't matter anymore.
So he's a raid drop, so he's probably pretty cheap on the auction house because you can go and you can go through an entire raid, and people do that for transmog runs. So
yeah, no, I love the representation from Nyalotha. That was one of my favorite raids. Very painful, but very fun.
That's one achievement style I miss. Whenever like Mists of Pandaria launched and the whole battle pet system came out, they went back through every raid and gave every raid boss a pet drop, and like they retroactively did that. But they didn't and when they moved forward, they didn't keep that system going. I don't know. I like back
raiding with leashes.
Bring it back. I thought it was cool.
I would think to get raiding with leashes back.
All right. So we see the Frostwolf Ghost Pup band. Frostwolf Ghost Pup is a great pet. I really like its Ghostly Bite. Its Ghostly Bite is its 3rd move, and it does a whole lot of damage, but it leaves the pet stunned after the round. So it's best to use on the undead round. Mm-hmm. And it's just while your pet's in the undead round, it can do massive amount of damage, and it doesn't matter if it's stunned next round because it's dead.
Yeah, it really, it's a deterrent of oh yeah, you can't use it next round, but then okay, the guy's gonna die at the end of the round anyway, so why do I care? Yeah, no, it's a very good move on that pet in particular.
It's what is that? Is that called a siren song? Whenever something has a last word that kills you or something like that. It's in gaming and mythology.
I don't know. I'm just thinking World War. I'm just thinking World War, and just it's a kamikaze.
It's kamikaze. No.
It's a kamikaze. But no, this Wox is thinking real hard on this one.
Which is fine. I mean, I understand that it's very, because he's looking at which to counter: the Void Scar to Nubasath, the Cobble Shell, the Teardrop Moth, Jingles. Because he's looking at that and it's they're probably going to be switching a lot. Jingles puts down a trap which makes sure that anytime you switch, you're going to take damage. So it makes you not want to switch as much. So he's going to try to prevent his opponent from switching by putting out Jingles.
He sat there and he's like, oh yeah, you want to switch? I'm going to punish it.
Okay, and before we switch over to where we're having the match at, we decided to make each match location for the tournament close to or near any one of the dungeons or raids of the current season. So all of our matches have tried to be conducted near the raids or dungeons of the current season. And so our 2 competitors here have picked from Ardenweald. So let's go ahead and switch over.
Yeah, and it looks like they're getting ready to go. First match, This is the NA Finals. They've fought their way through everything to get here.
It looks like everybody, they're both on the correct sides, so that's great.
Okay, so we have Anomalous versus Susan, the voice of Artanumasath.
Susan, the Anubasath.
Susan has been.
I wish Susan the best.
Yeah, good luck, Susan.
Oh man. Okay, so just starting off with just a little. They are not on the correct sides. Oh, they are not. Okay, so it looks like they're switched sides.
Yeah.
They've gotten the side switched. So it'll be a little bit backwards. Yeah. So we'll have Wox on the right hand side and
Goskaffur. Yeah, and we switched it over.
Goskaffur on the left, and yeah. Oh, we've got it switched. Okay, great.
It over.
Okay, excellent.
And now we're seeing just how strong Anomalous is. One character, like one of the players is already down, and then we have dots on the other two. It is such a terrifying thing to play.
And its damage is so incredible. Yeah. And it's the only pet that can actually take real use of toxic gas.
Yeah. What is that? And then there's Rot Breath, which also has the same ability where it does double damage with one of its moves in there, but it's just not the same.
All right, so we're bringing in the Cobble Shell.
Yeah.
Gigas. And Gigas, he put up a decoy. Shell, yeah. He put up a decoy. Let's see if Gigas can take care of that decoy or not.
Ooh, and we still have that backline damage coming in.
And backline damage from Mechanical Pandaren Dragonlink.
I love that. And got rid of the decoy immediately and still did damage.
And it's a field effect, so it stays out there, and it's taking care of the jingles.
That toxic smoke was such a... I don't know if he read it. I don't know if he just clicked it, but wow.
It ends up that toxic smoke being like the perfect counter to jingles.
Yeah. Yeah, especially
with he's just gonna wait him out. Yeah. He's gonna heal every turn and wait him out. Let those dots just tick.
Yeah.
So at this point, Wox is thinking, what's the best option? Who should take that damage?
Is he okay? He is gonna switch. Okay, I didn't know if he was gonna get it in time.
All right, so Anomalous is gonna be able to do one move and then take the death. So what is he gonna pick?
Yep, he's gonna put that dot back on.
Mm-hmm. He puts the dot back on him, so he's at least gonna try to kill his backline. He knows that maybe the Cobble Shell's out for a little while, but he's gonna try to kill that Teardrop Moth.
Prophet in chat saying he's entering in season 2, but only ducks. I would love to meet you, Prophet. I really hope you're my first round opponent. I really do.
Only ducks.
I can counter that. They have 2 types. I can do it.
All right. So it looks like he's going to use those toxic fumes again, but is it going to hit it on the jingles or 1035, a critical hit, but it takes out jingles. The toxic fume takes him out. Now, can he get the rock barrage out before the damage is going to hit him?
Wow. And Mechanical gets another round after it dies too.
He does, but the jingle's present is out.
Yeah.
And he's going to take that damage as soon as the Teardrop Moth comes in. Yeah. Is it going to kill the Teardrop Moth? And it does the damage. It does the damage. If Voidscarred Anubasath didn't go down so quickly to Anomalous, then Goskaffur could have gotten that win, but the Voidscarred went down so fast.
Yeah, that the toxic fumes damage is just undervalued, underutilized, underprepared. It was amazing there,
and that critical from Jingles just was incredible.
Those couple crits, they really do matter.
Like sometimes you get a crit and that's just game. So that's as we see on screen there, we have the 1 star under Wox. That means that Wox has gotten it.
Yeah. And they're already into pick ban. Gooseifer immediately goes right back to the same one. Warbot is banned again. Didn't hesitate, didn't even need to think, just that's the one. So now if you are in this situation, are you going to ban the exact same ones? He is. He's banning Sandkeep. So now they're looking, do you go back to the exact same team? Do you go with what worked, or do you try to switch it up? We just gotta wait and see.
It's the same bands. It's starting off with
Yeah.
the same bands. So, are they wanting to run the same teams? Do they feel like, oh, let's do that over?
Are we thinking if I switch up the playing on one or two moves, we can do it again?
I'm being told that we have another gummy pet that we can give away. So let's go ahead and do the exclamation point enter in chat if you'd like to enter in the giveaway for another gummy battle pet code. So exclamation point enter in chat if you'd like a chance to win the gummy battle pet code.
And I believe there are 3 winners on this one. So we see the vengeful Porcupet coming in, banned second on the last one. Now it's grabbing it before it can be banned off.
Yeah. So the vengeful Porcupet. So let's take a look at that while we have a second. It has in its first slot has bite and Powerball. Powerball can continually stack to increase your speed, provided the pet would stay alive forever. It has infinite scaling, but that would never happen. And then bite. Its second moves are Spirit Spikes, which is just thorns damage, and then survival, which survival allows it to not die if it would take lethal damage, but it's at 1 health. And then flank, which is just a consecutive hit move, it just does damage. And then vengeance, and vengeance is it deals damage equal to the last hit it took. So if it took a massive amount of damage, it gives the same amount back.
Yeah. So if he takes one of those survival, and he takes survival and he goes vengeance, he gets that crit 1000 again. He's doing that right back to the person who hit him. That would be massive.
Yeah, it's kind of a mirror damage pet.
Yeah. And again, it also has the benefit of having 1500 health, almost 1600, which is a lot of health in this round. I think it probably is the most health of any of the pets that we have here. Oh, nope, I forgot Shadow Oozling has a ton. Shadow Oozling sitting there with 1,800 in there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's provided that it's a HH breed. So you're looking at the max possible stats that it could have. So one thing we never know until we go into the match is what breed they're running.
Yeah.
So it could be the speed or the power breed of the Shadowed Oozling. So it would have less health, but it would be faster. So we never know what stats they're running.
Yeah. But then we see Ooze Touch, Corrosion, Glop, Shadow Meld on there. And then we have a Call Darkness as well with Flash. Having Flash and Call Darkness in the same spot kind of hurt it, but I still think it's going to do some massive damage if it's let go. Remember, we are doing a giveaway, so if you type exclamation point enter in a chat, you have a chance to win a gummy battle pet.
Exclamation point enter in chat for a chance to win a gummy battle pet. And it is a completely separate giveaway from the last one, so you would have to enter again. This is not a continuation. So if you enter in the last one, the slate has been wiped clean.
Yep. So Woolbox is sitting there thinking again, does he want to go into some of the ones that have worked for him? Does he want to go into some of these niche picks? Like I see the Fiendish Imp in there, and I always want it to get played. Anomalous gets chosen again.
Anomalous, that's just going to be the trophy for next season. It's just going to be Anomalous. A little gold, bronzed Anomalous.
Gold, bronze, and silver Anomalous, but it will be the first pet banned from this tournament. But no, that is, I love to see it. We see Anomalous, we see Vengeful Porcupet. Where do we go from here, though?
Well, I think he doesn't want to. So Goskaffur really doesn't want a repeat of that last round. You know,
Yep.
he wants to shut down just the same way his Void Scar to Nubasath got shut down. So I don't know what he's looking at.
Yeah, he's got to look for what can do enough damage to Anomalous, but also just keep it from doing so much damage to the backline. Lost Limb with its Death Grip would be the right move. Death Grip Bash. Then we have Empowering Strikes. That is a move for it.
The good thing with the Lost Limb against Anomalous is Anomalous has to stay out for you to win. Whenever Anomalous does all of its cooldowns and then switches to the backline, you need to bring it right back out.
Yep.
And Lost Limb says, come back out, Anomalous. I'm not done with you.
Yep.
Because if Anomalous is allowed to sit on that backline and get all those cooldowns back and then come back out and do it all again, you can't have that.
You might as well give up if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jingles is coming out again. So we see the Anxious Nibbler banned, and then we see Jingles come out. Very quickly chosen, too. So now we're seeing the ban on the Teardrop Mothling, because that was a pretty good counter earlier in the... It really did a ton of damage to that one in the last one.
If that trap wasn't out there from that Jingles, then Goskaffur would have gotten that. But
yeah, with Blinding Poison, Dust Cloud, and then Focus Beam, Slicing Winds, he's just he's too powerful to be kept unbanned.
I'm trying to think of some of the pets that are able to remove traps, and I know they exist. I just can't remember any of their names.
Oh, my Brinestone Algon, I love that one. Then we see the Veil Flitter. I don't think that has anything to clear it, but I can definitely see it being a good, fun match to watch.
I do like the Slicing Wind and Call Lightning mixed together. So Call Lightning adds dots. It adds damage every time you hit. So if Slicing Wind hits once, Call Darkening throws extra damage on top of it. So it's a great combo to have a multi-hit ability with Call Lightning.
Yeah, it's why I loved... so when I was trying to figure out how to win the Celestial Tournament, because I really wanted those pets. Those pets are probably the coolest ones in the game, in my opinion. I spent a lot of time trying to do that, and it was literally just Call Lightning and then, doing a bunch of dot damage. But we can probably switch over to watch them, because I think they're getting ready to go. Vengeful Porcupine, Anomalous, and Jingles versus Shadow Ghouling, Lost Limb, and Veil Fritter. Fritter. It's probably Flitter, but I'm just hungry.
It is Flitter.
And then we see some fun names again. Griparian is coming in.
Griparian. Very nice for the grip pet.
Yep. Are we going to see a Death Grip this early, or are we going to... Ooh... We do. Now we see Anomalous. Something finally outspeeds it.
305 versus 297. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And he stuns the Anomalous, so it gets the extra damage off. That counters the Anomalous racial just a little bit.
Yeah. Because now it's already at 500, and it's only going to go down from here.
Yeah. So next hit, it gets to do one more move. It applies one more dot, and that's it. So is he going to retreat it, or is he going to keep it out? Is he going to just say Anomalous is resetting the cooldowns?
But again, he's still... Oh, Jingles can still do damage before it can get pulled back out.
Oh, because Jingles has more speed. You're right.
Yeah. So it is going to be... Okay. He still gets it out.
And he'll have his undead phase too.
Yeah.
He takes the dot damage at the end of that round, that poison damage, but he gets his undead.
Yeah. Is he going to switch right back? Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
And whoever comes out next does take that 600 damage.
Yeah.
Oof. So who's getting sacrificed?
Who's going to sacrifice? Well, I see a magical pet. I feel
a magic pet would only take 300 or so.
It would take the reduced damage. They cannot hear me, so I do not feel bad about letting that information slide.
Oh, and looks like there's the 600 damage.
He typed test in chat for some reason. So now we have He's coming in here. Is he going to put down traps right back into it?
I mean, probably.
Humbug is in there against Jingles.
There's the trap coming back out again.
Okay.
But Jingles is out. That's way too much damage on Jingles.
Yep. That is a broken amount of damage. That is pretty much all of Jingles' health in one hit.
Now we're going to see the moth is not going to be faster.
It's not going to be.
No, because it's lost its racial.
Does it is it running? It's running the magic, so it's going to be dead, and then we're just going to go into a 1v2. Bamboozle has to come in and take the damage.
Takes 518 damage.
Yeah.
It's a lot less than 690 that the other pet took.
Yeah.
And it has the dot damage on it. It's going down at the end of this round, round 11.
If you believe.
That's game 2.
Wow. Wobox just going in hard. Up, you see on the screen, Jingles is the 5th most used pet. After this, it's probably going to be going up.
Definitely.
Okay.
I love those little statistics. The 4th most used Nubiseth idol. So we'll talk about those for just a second. So one of our mods, Mutinous, put all those statistics together and has been taking all those statistics. And we're actually like looking to build the team for our statistics next season. So if anybody out there would like to help Mutinous take statistics on things, he'd love the help. But it's really helpful to know those type of things so we can build a better tournament. And thank you so much, Mutinous, for doing all of that for us.
Thank you to just the amount of people who went into this. Because I know, like, we didn't talk about it when she was playing. Fwen did make the add-on to allow us to, like, track the matches.
That's true. So Fwen entered in the tournament as just a normal competitor, just saw it on a website somewhere. I think it was warcraftpets.com. And she said, and she came on in. And then she noticed that we didn't have a way to, like, document a match, and she created an add-on that just documents the match, and you can upload that, and it has what happened every turn, and it's a very, very good add-on, and we wouldn't have had such good documentation without her doing that. And lots of people have come in and helped out everything. Shout out to Des.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we are aware of Des. We are aware. Des is a superhero.
I see in chat. I see Sujis and Crisis. They were in the tournament and they did very well. It was a pleasure to have both of them. Crisis actually had his match last night, and it was very impressive. Yeah,
it looks like we are getting ready to go into another pick ban phase. I think we have the Porky Pat already banned, then we have Sandkeep banned again. Teardrop Moth is in though. Snuck by on this one. And there we see it. Warbot wasn't banned once, and then immediately got in there. Wox did not need to wait. Saw that it was free. Mine.
I'm gonna play this pet.
It's just like me with Pierre. I sat and I saw that Pierre had a niche. I wanted to use it, and boy, did I use it the only time in the tournament, but I loved it.
I think there's sort of a thing where that happens sometimes where like you commit so badly that you want to use a certain pet, and it doesn't matter if you know that you're gonna lose. Yep. You're gonna use that pet. It's a terrible counter, but I'm gonna use it.
That's how I went for one of my matches. I just saw that I really wanted to use Frigid Frostling. It wasn't great. No one was using it. I want to say to this point in the tournament, I'm still the only one who used it. And it just did so much damage. And in the meta where I was running into a lot of Pandaren Hatchling, the mechanical Pandaren Hatchling, I'm like, if I just do so much elemental damage, what is he gonna do? What's the strategy against it? Didn't think it was gonna work. Ended up sweeping an entire team. And I'm like, oh, so it does work.
So just a reminder, if you type !enter in chat, there is a current giveaway for the gummy battle pet codes.
Ooh,
So you can see that.
we see it going back again. Teardrop and then Cobbleshell.
The Teardrop and Cobbleshell did nothing wrong in that first match. I think that they were let down by the Void Scarred Anubisath, and it was just third bad teammate, you know? It was a three-legged race, and the third leg was terrible.
Yeah, three-legged race, and one of them cramps. But no, I really do think even the Void Scarred Anubisath, I don't think it was a bad pick. I just think that Anomalous is too powerful.
Oh, well, Anomalous is a little too powerful. We could use a balancing patch, but that's part of the advantage of the pick ban system of the tournament, is that we can kind of do that ourselves.
Yeah, and that's why Anomalous was banned in this one, because we've seen enough Anomalous. Give us something new.
Yes, absolutely. I'm tired of saying his name. Its name?
Zazer.
Zazer. There we go.
Yeah. So we have Warbot and Warbot versus Teardrop and Cobbleshell. It looks like they're gonna need something to counter all the damage that comes from having Cobbleshell. You just need to do enough damage to get through that stone form. I don't know what the play is on it, but
I mean, Jingles did pretty good last time.
Yeah. You're not wrong. Jingles did really well, but Jingles was not beating it one-on-one. It just got really, really good RNG on the bomb. Yeah. On that one crit.
It's the going for the Jingles again, because it is the beast damage that does well against Cobbleshell. You have to use that type advantage on it.
Yeah. With Huge Fang, it really is kind of the only option other than Stunted Direhorn, which is a great pet. I believe it is Skolazar Basin. It is just such a good pet. Trample does a percentage-based damage. Horn Attack, I believe, has an extra thing on it. It has a chance to trample and lose their turn if they're faster than. It's just such a good pet. Needs to be faster than its opponents to be useful, but if you have a slow, it's really good. Some really big like health-based damage as well. If you're up against like a PvE boss, it might be a really good pick for you.
Also, a little information on Jingles. Jingles, their move set is very similar to a pet that we should be getting new from this year's Winter Veil. It kind of looks like the Creepy Crate, but it looks like a Christmas present. And it should be coming to us from the new Winter Veil, rebranded, redone, or whatever, increased rewards. So we'll be having a second version of Jingles coming to us this Winter Veil. And so we'll be able to have two choices. If Jingles gets banned, you can use the Christmas present instead.
Yeah. So if you really just want to annoy your friends and battle pets and you want to get on this website and torture them, you now have two options to do so. 3 if you count Anomalous.
That's true. Okay, so it looks like it's Gooskaffur's last pick. And so he's really thinking about, because he needs to win this match to stay in.
Yeah, back against the wall. You got to do it.
Yeah, he needs to win the next 3 to stay in, and Wox just has to win 1. So this next pick is really important. And we saw him lead last time with the Void Scarred Anubisath, so perhaps this could also be the one he leads with again this time.
Or we could see him. I also see a pet that he loves that he is left, like has been left untouched. The issue is he doesn't have Anomalous to go against, so it's kind of a hard pick because he doesn't have Anomalous to go against. He doesn't need to counter that. He's just trying to choose what best counters the Warbot damage and Jingles, because that's a lot of mechanical damage out there.
I think it's the Jingles that you have to worry about. We've seen Jingles in this match between them be just obliterate and be the entire like decider of the matches. So I think he has to get rid of the Jingles.
I mean, but we have Minefield as well, because it's a very similar move from Warbot. Minefield is the exact same as the Presence. So if you can put both of those down, A, that sucks, but B, like that's a ton of damage coming out. And we see the Veil Fritter being the last one.
And he doesn't have any, I don't think he has any sort of clear the field effects or clear traps out or decoys or anything like that that could take that damage.
Oh, okay. So he switched it to Fluttering Glimmerfly with Confusing Sting, Arcane Slash, Dazzling Dance. If he wants the speed.
I think what he's going to try to do here is so Fluttering Glimmerfly has Wish, and Wish heals the pet. So I think he might be trying to put out Wish and then switch.
Yeah.
And to counter Jingles' damage.
Yeah. You might lead Fluttering Glimmerfly, go Dazzling Dance, Confusing Sting, and then Wish, and just be like, whatever, that pet has served its purpose. It's like an Og Evoker. For our Og Evoker who's sitting in chat, you have your usefulness, and then we're good. We're done. I believe they're only playing one match Crisis.
Yes, that is one match Crisis.
Yeah, they do not have to have a second one. Veil Fritter, yes, Recon, Donuts. Oh, hi, Pit. So we have the one last pick from Woolbox, and then I just love his names. He has so many funny names for these pets.
So we're looking at Warbot and Jingles. I'm trying to think of what he might want out there because he's got the traps.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it looks like we have the giveaway going on. Yeah. So the giveaway, we're gonna be doing it soon. So type !enter for the chance to win a gummy battle pet. It's a code. It works in EU, OCE, NA, anywhere, and it's a free gummy battle pet. Just type !enter in chat, and we'll be pulling that in just a few seconds. So just a few seconds to pull that.
I saw it, but I didn't know if I should say it. The Nethergate from Fiendish Imp, that was 100% going to be the play. He can move people out of the match.
I've been asked for a drum roll for the drawing. Drum roll. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll, and go ahead, Prophet, and pull it. All right. We can switch over to in-game whenever that's available.
Yeah. It looks like they have the team. So we have Warbot Jingles, and then we have the Fiendish Imp versus Teardrop, Cobble Shell, and then we have Fluttering Glowfly. It looks like, so Woolbox's win condition here is he has to use Fiendish Imp not first. It cannot be his opening pet. He's got to put out Warbot or Jingles. He's going to put down his traps, and then he's going to just try to remove and push them out. It's got to be a big game just moving people and making them take that damage. If he puts out those things and no one takes any damage from them, it doesn't matter. He's got to do all that damage he can.
Congratulations to Forshaz and Sujis on your gummy battle pets. Please message Prophet for the codes. All right, so we've got Misery, Gigas, and Wishy now going in against Wox. And this is the back against the wall match again. We're going to be finding out that Fiendish Imp. That last pick was the Fiendish Imp, and you said the Nethergate. It forces the opponent's pet to swap into battle. Is it the highest health? A random? Do you know how that one works? The Nethergate?
It just forces an opponent. I think it's a random coin flip on that one. I think especially with the amount of damage, because it has Immolation to do extra damage as well, or Flamethrower. Then it has Serum Magic, which can remove all buffs and debuffs from the user. So if they put like really big dots on, it can also be cleared. There's just so much, because that also counters the Toxic Smoke if he uses it that way. It's a really good support pet. It is a really good support pet. It looks like if you look at Jingles and Warbot, those two are going to do a lot of the damage here. And then we have Fiendish Imp with Nethergate. Not a ton of damage, but it'll move people from the area. It has Searing Magic.
With Immolation on a humanoid pet, that's great because you use Immolation, and the humanoid pet racial is every time the pet does damage, they heal. So you put Immolation on a humanoid pet, you switch to the back line, and now the humanoid pet deals like 50 damage per turn and to the opponent's pet, and it's going to heal for like 50 damage per turn while it's sitting on the back line. It's kind of like, if you're familiar with like Pokemon, kind of like using leftovers, like the held item, but not quite exactly.
Yeah, but it can be healed in the back line as well. And I think that stays in the battle the entire time too, doesn't it?
It's 9 rounds.
Yeah.
All right, so we're starting.
Yeah, we're going in. Could be the last one, or we could see a reverse sweep here. I love the lore of having a reverse sweep. Don't know if I would love to to just sit here and be like, oh no, the stress I would get from watching. Misery versus
okay. So we're starting off with the blinding poison. Again, gonna apply a little dot and
immolate. Yep.
But immolate's not gonna hit for 1 round. He's gonna immolate, and he's gonna switch to the backline and just immolate on the backline. So that's a constant dot that's happening from the backline now. He can't do anything unless he brings that pet out about that immolate.
And he's gonna switch before the mines go out.
That's really good that he switches before the mines come out.
Yep, and now he also has his biggest tank pet out there too. He's gonna have all that dot damage. Yeah. And he's bringing him in. He's gonna gate him out.
He's gonna say no and like make sure that somebody else takes that damage, not the. Oh, that's incredible. So so he knows that Cobbleshell can heal the damage. So he's gonna make sure that Cobbleshell goes out and the Teardrop Moth takes the dot or takes the mines. Oh, that's incredible.
That is, again, it is one of those few times where I actually saw something coming, and I feel very smart. But boy, to think this up in such a short amount of time.
Just on the fly strategies.
Yeah. Jingles is out, and I think we're going to put down more mines and then just play the game in circles.
Well, do the mines get applied if you're on a blinded turn?
I don't know, and I am actually very intrigued to find out.
Or should he wait a turn and then apply the... he's going to wait a turn to make sure that he applies the mines.
Yep. But again, if you look at the health, two pets already at half health.
And it's not that different. It's not that different because the Fiendish Imp is also low on health too.
Yeah.
So if you split it all around, I think they're not all that different. Getting the switch in, but preemptively getting the switch in before the trap goes out, that's really good. Knowing that the trap was going to happen and getting the switch in before it does, that's smart.
Now the question is, how is he going to play this from here? Is he going to hope that he gets... is he going to wait for the cooldown to come back? Because I want to say that's a 5 cooldown, or is that shorter?
Of what?
Nethergate. It's a 5-round cooldown, so he can't use it for a couple rounds still. So he's got to just kind of hope that he can get through it. Dazzling for the speed.
So he's always going to go first. Oh, but he hits him with that 1,000 damage. Oh.
That was a massive hit. And now he has to bring back in someone who's going to take that damage. He didn't get Wish off. So that ability was Gift of Wintervale. It just does massive damage, but on a 5-turn cooldown. But it was also the luck of using it against a pet that was a flying type. That was such a good move.
Are we going to see Cobbleshell just like clear the whole thing out? That would be incredible.
Yeah, because it gets rid of, again, if you look at it, the imp no longer has a lot of help here. He can't do a ton.
So his whole team was built around switching, and now Cobbleshell's the only one out there. Cobbleshell can't take that damage.
Yeah.
You can't. The traps don't work on if there's only one pet out. But but he's on a disadvantage that he's having to deal with this. His direct counter.
Yeah.
And he didn't have any dots going.
Yeah. He's got to hope that the damage is enough, but I think that Jingles
is going to get him this round.
Yeah. Yep. Wow. If
Jingles wasn't the pet that was out.
Yep.
Oh.
If he would have gotten that with Warbot, I think that's a very different match. But wow, the amount of damage that Jingles can do, that was a good one. And I believe we have our 2 finalists too.
We do have our 2 finalists. It's going to be Tanixion and Wox.
Yeah. Were those both the losers bracket players?
Those both were, actually.
So we had our winners bracket, the people who made it all the way, and then we had our 2 losers bracket players make it through.
If you can host for a second. I'm gonna go set up the websites for all of them and get all that going on.
Hello,
So-
friends. You guys are stuck with me once again. Welcome to Friend Time with Dark Puffin. So, I think it's really interesting the differences we saw between the two matches. We had one that was built around just using weather over and over again, and then we had Wobox, who just straight up strategic masterminded that. I saw the warbot go through, and then we just out of nowhere we have the switching, the force switches, everything in that was just such a mental game. I'm really interested to see which one will really be the ending, like the best strategy in the end. Just the doing a bunch of weather and like using the blinds around it, using the CC to try to keep it from doing a lot of damage, or will it be just switching and doing all that? Yes, wearer of obnoxious pauldrons. Yes, for those of you who don't know, that photo came from, I believe that was one of our last ones from our 30 minutes of photo shoots where Recon just constantly said, I hate your pauldrons. I hate everything about them. They're obnoxious. So Recon just coming through by saying that I have the worst transmog game in Valor, which is saying something because we have Nomi. For those of you who don't know, I wish we could post photos in the chat of Nomi's transmogs. It is just like a loincloth half the time. But no, yes, Nomi always catching strays. But no, I love it. I love to see the people clawing their way back from the losers bracket. I love to see that we have this NA versus EU, two very different strategies. So I'm just really interested to see how this is gonna go. Team Susan. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how it goes. I love the concept of NA versus EU.
Can we see that trophy again?
Oh yeah, we need that trophy. We need the thing that Puffin wanted on his dinner table. I love the detail that went into this too. Just so much. Yeah. We see this beautiful trophy up here. I just love the like crystals in it as well. I know everyone's focusing on like Squally and like his brother in there. No. I really just needed the crystals in there.
Jed, if we could have a little help in a chat, the Pet Metal stream chat.
But yeah, I would love to know who you guys think is going to be the winner of this. Are we team EU or are we team NA in the chats here? I know Valor is primarily NA, but whoever just has the funniest pet names is going to be mine, and whoever just chooses the funniest of the battle pet names is going to be the one who I want. I see Prophet in chat screaming for USA. But yeah, we have one final match, the NA versus EU. I just really want to see. I just need to see who they're gonna choose so I can start planning as though I know what I'm doing. I don't, but I cannot wait. Stay with us as we're moving things around. We're getting all the people moved around so we have the finals ready. Trying to plan about what we're going to do for that. And I also I would love to hear what you guys think of what we're going to do for season 2, because I think it's just going to get bigger and better. For season 2, I'm really just hoping that it all just centers all around my best battle pet, Pierre, and Lovey, because Lovey will be the greatest battle pet of all time. We have a proxy getting set up for that match over there. And then we have this group that's getting ready to go.
Yeah, so a little explanation. So we have a proxy going on for NA versus EU because we had planned for the NA versus EU fight to happen on the PTR, where people can import their entire collections and pets and everything, and it's not region locked. But a few days ago, the PTR took off the ability to be able to import your collections, we assume, for the next patch that launches in a few days. And so people were no longer able to import. And so what we've done is we have a person on NA who has collected almost every single pet. Their name is Salaka, and they are going to be proxy battling. And Tanixion is in a separate call with them, kind of like telling them what buttons to press. So they're battling with them, almost like a team in some way. But Salaka is not able to provide any advice or anything like that to Tanixion.
Yeah.
Just there to press the buttons.
The only thing they're able to do is help talk shit. We will not be recording that, but I'm sure it will happen. So we have that one getting ready, and then I'm assuming the channels are almost ready to go for the pick ban. And then we're gonna get into the finals. We're gonna see who is best. Oh, hi, chat. So I'm going to use this time to shamelessly plug Valor, because why not? Valor is a gaming community that has been around for, only since last expansion. We are an amazing community. We have our flagship is Valor Academy, which is led by Des, and it is something that we allow people to come in and learn a little bit about the game they're playing so much. Sometimes we do battle pet streams, sometimes it's others, but it can just be whatever we decide that week. It may be something for battle pets, it may be something for PvP, maybe something for raid. You never know. I can no longer hear anything. I don't know if I am still talking. Okay, someone is telling me I am still talking. I thought my cat may have played with the back of my whatchamacallit, and I lost sound. I would have been very mad at him. But yes, the PvP side of Valor, that is my baby angel. We brought it from about 4 or 5 people who just ran RBGs together into a very, very, yes, our very large PvP cult, where we have very questionable conversations and even more questionable times where we spend far too much time screaming at each other. I believe the quote for all PvP, everyone will always just hear me screaming cap in the background no matter what. Nomi has hated that cap chant for as long as it's been.
Okay, so we're going to have in just a minute, we'll be saying what the exclamation point is, but we're going to be giving away a Thrillbot 9000 and Chillbot 9000. So we have 2 codes. One winner will get Thrillbot 9000 and the other winner will get Chillbot 9000. And as soon as Prophet says in chat how to do that, we'll have a way to enter for that giveaway. Thrillbot 9000 and Chillbot 9000.
I figured out what is going on. I just can't hear anything because I can see Flip talking, but I cannot hear him. Well, no, I definitely know Flip is talking. I just, for some odd reason, my computer is saying no. Okay, so you're going for Thrillbot and Chillbot 9000. Part of me wants to try to sneak mine in there so I can win it too. Don't tell Prophet. Oh no. Recon.
So there's the code now. The code is !Puffin bot. Oh, never mind. Wait. It's
Why
enter.
Puffin bot?
No, Valor says it's enter. Wait. Is it !Enter or is it Puffin bot? Which one is it? Let's not have everybody type in a giveaway that doesn't work.
It is enter from what I'm being told. Okay. So how are we doing on those proxies?
They are still setting up. There's some hiccups. So how did you join Valor?
I ended up meeting some of the people from Valor through one of my old guilds. I immediately, when we left that other guild, I'm like, hey, I believe my first message to Prophet was, I'm not going to do anything to help you. I don't want to lead. And then 2 months later, he's like, hey, we need someone to like help with PvP. I'm like, I'll do it. So yeah, I ended up just joining the PvP team, ended up helping in a raid, falling in love with everything that was here. The people are fantastic, even Grumpy, who you don't know, and I envy you for that. But no, there are just so many good people around here. They're probably one of the nicest groups of people I've ever met. Prophet's lying. I am not his favorite officer. That is Milk. Yes, Celestius, we are awesome, and we definitely don't have any issues ever, and we're definitely not lying. No drama ever. We are perfect in every way, shape, and form. But now, this game, I've been playing this for so long. A lot of my friends, like, we're part of, we have Mythic Plus teams. I am part of Valor Rainbow Unicorns because I was told it had to be a color. Rainbow Unicorns is a color, you know, if you don't think about it.
Jet, they seem to be having a little issue in the proxy channel down there in the second channel. If you can go down there and help them figure out how to share screen.
Hey, Jet, the PvP is not where all the drama is. We have some of it, but, you know, that's mainly due to the fact that occasionally we just yell stupid things. Just because our war cries are dumb doesn't mean that we have drama. But no, we have we have 4 raid teams now, with Blue being our group that's going towards Cutting Edge. We have Silver and Black, who are AOTC and like a little bit of Mythic Prog, and then we have Bronze, which is our learning group. Mythic Plus teams, I couldn't even count how many we had. I think we've had over like 10 at one point or another. I think we're starting to cut down on those, and then 2 RBG teams, and I believe we have 3 arena teams that are coming back up. We participated in the AWC. We had a team get top 32, I believe, last time. We just have a bunch of everything going on at all times.
So how did you do in your matchups? Where did you end up at?
In the AWC, or are we talking about the pet battle one?
The pet battle one.
Okay. So in the pet battle tournament, I got a first round bye, which was delightful because then I got to research my opponent and then have them know nothing about me, which is where I came up with the Pierre idea, which is I was up until 2 a.m. planning because I have ADHD and ASD level 1, so I hyper focus on whatever I need to at that moment. Ended up winning the first match and then dropping down to 1-2. Had to win 2 in a row. Went against my arch nemesis Smongus, who just destroyed me. Destroyed my soul. Hurt my feelings, made me feel bad. He told me he was going to win it all, but he did not. And then I got against my next opponent, who just, at that point, I had spent so much time researching. I spent like 6 hours looking up every single person who they'd ever played. I just got to a point where I'm like, I can't do this without going insane. Went in with my favorite pets, not necessarily the best ones. Ended up losing in, I want to say, I went down 0-1. Managed to, no, I went down 0-2 and I managed to claw back to like a 3-1 finish. Not the best showing, but again, I made it to like 4th round and I was fun. I wasn't good, but it was fun. I was really hoping that I was going to make it to the opposite side and just beat Dez in a one-on-one.
Oh no, that could have been fun. Dez did pretty well, too.
Yeah, she and I went out in the same round and she and I were talking. Like, she and I went over pet battle strategies for an hour one night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She and I were just texting each other back and forth.
It looks like they're getting into location. So.
Ooh, and I'm looking at their pet picks too.
One of so it looks like. Sorry for all this. There's a few hiccups, and it takes a few seconds to get it set up because we're trying to get an NA player to fight an EU player, and it's a little difficult without the use of the PTR. So it takes an extra few seconds to set up. So we do apologize for this, but we have Throwbot and Chillbot codes to give away. So
if you have any complaints that you would like to raise, there's a trash can next to my desk that I will put them in.
Oh my gosh. So, oh my gosh. Is that how you treat your daytime?
Oh yeah, I'm a teacher, and there are occasional times where the kids will be like, "You're being mean," and I'm like, "You punched a kid in the face. I told you can't do that. That's wrong. You can't say that to me." I very much can. I did actually, when I was a high school teacher, have a suggestion box that just had a hole in the bottom right over the trash can.
Mm-hmm.
It was really funny for the first kid who realized that it just went into a trash can. Woxbc is streaming for us in Discord, and then we have the picks ready. So if we send that one over to our Lord and Savior Recon over here, he can get that streamed. I'm already seeing some changes from both of them.
It does look like we have one of them set up now. So our NA competitor is ready to go. Now we just have to check in with our EU competitor and make sure that they're ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our proxy apparently has limitations, so that's just getting sorted out. So whenever Jet tells me that our proxy and our EU competitor are sorted out, then we can be ready to go.
Yeah.
So until Jet tells me that we're all sorted out over there, yeah. So let's go ahead and we can sort of discuss what picks we see over there so far from them, but not go too far into it so we don't give anything away. Let's see what we've got. Again, we have a Thrillbot and Chillbot code currently to give away. Just type !enter in chat. Those codes do work in EU and NA and OCE. Okay, it's Jet says that they are good to go over on the EU side. So whenever they are ready, we can switch over to the stream. Switch into picks. Okay.
My favorite part, the part where I don't actually have to be skilled, but I can just think. I'm looking at a lot of these, and I see a similar theme. I know one of them just kept the exact same picks, did not change anything. Might have changed one pet. And then the other one, it looks like they have changed at least 3 or 4 from what I see. I'm seeing the jingles come out on both sides. I'm seeing anomalous on both sides. See, now NA has to win because I don't see Sir Shady Mergleton Jr. on the EU side, so it's just meant to be at this point. Ichabod is another one of my favorite pets, but Sir Shady Mergleton Jr. is just the GOAT. Hey, Fwen, do not talk about my boy. Do not throw shade on the shadow monster.
What is she saying about that?
She's saying
does not win.
Does
Never.
not win. Some good quotes coming out from our commentators. Oh no, am I gonna have to look in Valor quotes later?
My boy.
Am I gonna look in Valor quotes and it's just gonna be a line of tagging Puffin? Please do not do this to me.
Oh, so this is our first time seeing Ichabod over from Tanixion.
Yeah.
So while we're waiting for Wox and Tanixion to begin, we can go ahead and give away those Thrillbot and Chillbot codes for Thrillbot and Chillbot 9000. Before we finalize that, type !enter to win. We've got just a few seconds left before we declare who the winner is, before we pick our winners for that. Thrillbot and Chillbot 9000 codes, !enter for the giveaway.
Yeah,
we'll pull that in just a second.
Ichabod has been like the 8th most popular pet, but I haven't seen it played at all so far. We've seen a couple of these just get banned out, like the Moon Touch Nether Webbling has not seen any play so far, just due to the fact that it keeps getting banned.
All right, so we'll go ahead and pull the Thrillbot and Chillbot 9000. We're going to do a little countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Prophet, if you would see who our winners are, and congratulations to our winners. Oh, do we have the Hoarder back? I didn't see the Hoarder in there. Where's the Hoarder at? Oh, the Hoarder's on Tanixion. Tanixion picked the Hoarder. Holy shit! We're gonna see the Hoarder from the first round making its appearance again.
Oh yeah. I just happened to I keep forgetting that they're deaf and they can't hear us. But yeah, we see the Hoarder coming back. It looks like that's gonna see some play again. Mechanical Pandaren Whelpling's looking like it's coming back. Nightshade, I believe that was chosen previously, but I believe that was Tanaxion. I believe Fwen chose that.
So we're seeing the Shady Mergleton Jr. over there. We're seeing Batty, which is a great choice with Huge Fang. Ichabod. Tanixion's going like the powerhouse. Tanixion came into this with Little Ragnaros, which a lot of people don't like him because they think he's a little overpowered, but he's just Molten Corgi.
Just Molten Corgi with Sulfur Smash though.
It's true.
I was so Magma Trap.
I was so happy with Molten Corgi coming back this year because he was one of the missing pets in my collection, and everyone had him, and every strategy used him. And with the anniversary, I was actually able to get him again, so that made me really happy that they brought him back.
That's how I felt about Little Rathian. I actually got Little Rathian through. Was it Little Rathian or Little Netherian that I got through? I ended up getting him through the black market auction house. Ended up just straight up getting like outbid by a guild member who knew that I wanted it just because he wanted to be a butthead.
Oh no.
He ended up buying it for me, and then he's like, yeah, I got it for you to give to you for this, but then I forgot that it was like, I think it was BOP and he couldn't give it, and I'm like, I will kill you.
Again, we've been two separate groups, but unified with under Valor here for the stream. So the Pet Battle Tournament, we run it through petbattlepvp.com. And we have a Discord, and we're gonna keep doing seasons, and this is just gonna continue to be a thing. We're gonna be trying to get up weekend or weekly sessions going on. We'll see how we can figure that out, so people can get like regular matches going in. And it's just really fun hanging out over there. So head over to petbattlepvp.com, where we have our Discord link and every piece of information you might want to be able to find out. And if you want to like join or help out or just think that this is cool, all the information's over there. And then we have Valor. And can you tell us about Valor, Puffin?
Oh no, you caught me at a bad time. I was told to look something up. I would love to talk about Valor. I talked about it briefly earlier. We are a gaming organization that was founded by Prophet and a couple other people at the start of Dragonflight. Tell me if I'm wrong, Prophet, in chat, because I typically am. It was like a bunch of people just coming together. They hadn't actually played WoW, like in the competitive scene. It was more of this was their chill game. They ended up just being like, oh yeah, we're just gonna try it out, see how it goes. This seems like it's a really fun game. Went from not having a guild whatsoever to having a raid team, clear, get AOTC, and step into Mythic very soon after. I came over, I noticed that they had a couple Mythic Plus teams, I noticed that they had a raid team, and I'm like, ugh, they don't have PvP here? That sucks. So I decided I'm gonna create PvP. Me and one of my friends, Red Emperor, were just like, yeah, we're gonna do it. Let's try it. Ended up being fantastic, love it, and we've built it from there. We have multiple raid teams, 4 at the moment. We have a bunch of Mythic Plus teams, a bunch of arena teams, finishing in the top 32 in the AWC the last 2 times we've gone. Great group of people. Kata is short. I need to remind everyone of that, though. He is not here to defend himself. Kata is short.
Okay, so let's take a look.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting into pick bands. We see the Karaji Guardian, and then we see Anomalous.
That is the fastest pet in game, I believe, that has Sandstorm. Karaji Guardian only available during the summer.
And only in one area, and you have to go back to the old version of that area to get it.
Yeah, it's one of those where you have to talk to an NPC to be in the right phase.
Yep. And again, I want to say that in the EU match, it felt as though everyone was going into Sandstorm, and in the NA, everyone was going into Anomalous. And now it kind of feels like they've flipped the script a little bit there. Because during the EU match, we had Sandstorm, Call Darkness, all the weather effects. And then Woxbc just went through with Anomalous during his match for the NA. So very different strategies from both of them coming in.
All right, so we got Batty coming in. Batty just does massive damage.
Yeah.
I think Fwen didn't like Batty.
Yeah.
But Bark used Batty a lot in previous matches.
And now we see Anomalous banned.
So Tanixion picked Anomalous and then banned Anomalous. So that's one thing that is possible with the system. Is if you get the pick, you can still ban it for the opponent if it wasn't your first ban. So you have to do it like on the same turn, but it is possible to do that.
And that's the cool thing about bans. It bans it for both players. So it doesn't matter if you really love Anomalous, but it's banned first. If you ban it or someone else bans it, it's banned for both.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to think strategy-wise, okay, if I know that I want to use this pet, I know how to use this one really well, but this other person also does it. If I can ban it, I can stop it.
So Wox is trying to think, and trying to counter this. The Batty damage, honestly.
I see Wox's, because again, we can see Wox's stream as he's like getting things ready. He's just looking up baddie and just looking at it and being like, oh no, I don't think I played this one. He doesn't have it either, which is shocking. That's a Revendreth one, isn't it?
I believe and that is another thing about the tournament is you have to have the pets to be able to use them in the tournament. So it kind of encourages pet collection, which is kind of nice. I like collecting more pets and having a reason to go out and get them. Like if I didn't have Batty and he just beat me in the tournament, I'm gonna go out and get Batty. You know?
Yeah. So it's the Ember Court. You have to have the Ember Court revered. So it's you have to do Venthyr reputation to get them.
It's that one?
Yes.
Oh, that takes forever.
That is a deep pull, because for those who did not play in Shadowlands, each different covenant, because there were 4, had different like covenant campaign, almost like a different thing. Venthyr's was the Ember Court, where you had to throw parties, and one of my favorite things about that is you could make it messy, you could make it clean, you can make it formal, you can make it not formal. But of course, I didn't care about any of that. You got to choose random people once a week to have a food fight with.
Oh my God.
You could just choose random people. Like if you really, really hated the people from Eldraxis, you could pull them and be like, yeah, we're having a food fight. But they would love that. So you could also choose like the Kyrian, who not very into like being dirty, and just throw stuff at them. It was beautiful and I loved it. Speaking of loving it, Wobox, definitely hearing the commentators plea to bring the best pet into the battle, Sir Shady Mergleton Jr. on Wox's team.
Don't lump me into this. Commentators, you love Sir Shady Mergleton.
The commentator, the all-important Puffin is saying bring him, and he is clearly listening. Very bright. Love to see it. Also, if he loses, I accept 0 responsibility.
You will take full responsibility, sir.
He loses, then I am off the commentator thing for season 2.
So we see the Anxious Nibbler actually make play. Okay, so we've got our first matchup. The Karaji Guardling, the Shady Mergleton Jr., Anxious Nibbler versus Anomalous, Batty, and the Lost Quill. So whenever our competitors look like they're ready in game, we'll go. So the way that this EU versus NA is going, again, we had hoped it could be on the PTR, but it's not. So we have the EU winner in a Discord call with a proxy, someone who is a very accomplished collector and has almost every pet in game and was able to fulfill any request. And they have they are battling our NA competitor, and just listening to the commands and inputs that our EU person tells them to do. So they have met at one of our battle locations, battle location number 2, the Storm Rooks. And it looks like they might be ready to go, so we could switch to that view.
Yeah. At this point, I just need to see Salaka's collection, because I'm hearing they have almost every pet, and I'm like, I have 91% of the pets. Maybe I'm cool too.
I think their percentage was 97.
Okay, yeah, they're terrifying. Got it.
They're at that point probably where it's those really scary pets that might be missing, like Murky or something.
Yeah, I know a lot of the pets that I'm missing are the ones that either I don't have a lot of the ones from the War Within yet, because I was part of this tournament as well as helping do so many other things. But I just love Battle Pet collection. Once summer hits or winter break, depending on if I have enough time, then you will likely see me on grinding Battle Pets for years. So it looks like it takes a little bit extra to get them prepared, especially with the fact that they have to do the proxy.
Yes, that is correct, Knight. So the copied account data wasn't available on the PTR. It got turned off like 2 or 3 days ago, and so we weren't able to copy account data, and not all the competitors had copied over their data, so we weren't able to do that.
Jet learning so much about battle pets. Jet is going to be the next captive I force to talk battle pets with me.
Captive, you say?
Yes. Just gonna be like, hey, I'd like to talk to you about battle pets during the next town hall.
Before they go in, can we flash the trophy up real quick and then flash it back? So this is for the season 1 trophy. This is EU versus NA to find out who gets the trophy. Who's going home with this? Well, who gets it shipped to them?
Who's going home with the knowledge that they're getting sent this in the mail?
Yes. All right. So we have Karaji Gardling and Batty. All right. So it's going to be the fastest sandstorm pet in the game versus Batty, who is just incredibly fast.
Batty's switching it immediately.
Batty says no.
But unfortunately, it brings out the exact wrong pet for this, because now it can just do a ton of magic damage, and it goes into Anomalous. Anomalous gets the stun.
So Anomalous is going to take probably the oh no, not even Call Darkness.
No, he doesn't. It's not even worth Call Darkness to him.
Well, because Call Darkness is such a power hitting move, he doesn't want to waste the damage on him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That is so much damage so early from Sir Shady Mergleton Jr.
So I'm sorry that I didn't pronounce the Sir earlier, but apparently it's needed.
Sir, you put respect on his name because he is crushing it.
So he keeps using Shadow Stick, which is just 15 to 29. Oh, it's undead damage. Yeah, it's undead damage.
He just doesn't want to waste it, and I think he's gonna switch him out. Yep. So now we have him switching out. He's just trying to stall to get that damage from the Anomalous. He's got to make it worthwhile.
So Batty's back out.
Yep.
And between all 3 of his pets, he has the health total loss probably.
Yeah.
Of losing a pet, but
yeah. But there's just so much damage that's come out, and with Call Darkness and now the speed loss, it's gonna be hard to come back from, especially with knowing the Anxious Nibblers in the back with all of his stuns, slows, bop it, whatever.
Oh yeah, the complete control that Anxious Nibbler could do.
So it's gonna be a big one. That crit though, oh no, everything is coming up NA right now.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Oh my gosh! It's all in that. It was Sir Shady Mergleton Jr. that did that.
That's Sir Shady Mergleton pick.
But we have the Lost Quill, so this is control versus control.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see what happens. He's gonna do something here.
Yeah. He's got to play. He's got to play it.
He puts up a 1-turn dodge.
He's not even playing the stun. He's not even playing the stun
on the Anxious Nibbler.
Yeah, the Anxious Nibbler doesn't have the stun. So he's playing for the slow. Wow. Decided he didn't even need that. The question is, what is the Lost Quill playing? Okay, so now it's going to be slower.
Okay.
So
we could still see this. We could still see.
Yeah, he could still come back. Tanixion is not out of it. Yes, the damage is a lot, but
the Lost Quill could be holding its moves.
Yeah.
That way it can counter as soon as the Sir Shady Mergleton Jr. comes out.
It depends on how long and how much speed it's lost. If Sir Shady Mergleton gets in there and can get a hit off first, there we see it.
He puts up the block. That's 2 turns.
And now he's going to Dust Storm here so that those 2 turns are equally blocked.
He's trying to get rid of the speed loss is what he's trying to do.
He's trying to stall out the speed. Okay. It's all going to come down to Sir Shady Mergleton.
What move did he pick?
He still can't. Oh wow!
He put him to sleep.
He put him to sleep.
He gets 3 2 turns.
Yep.
And he's gonna be faster.
I think I think my boy. No.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh my god! The Lost
The
Quill came
Lost
back.
Quill.
Lost Quill
Sweet.
took down 2 in a row.
Wow. I
I'm
think it
sorry
took
that
down
I was
all of
quiet.
them.
Did he? Was he lasted on all 3?
I think Lost Quill got all 3 of the kills.
Oh my gosh.
That was a crazy turnaround.
I was like, oh my gosh, Tanixion lost this one. You know,
Yeah.
okay, let's move on to the next round.
No.
Oh my gosh. The competitors
Wow.
both ready
Yeah.
to move on to the next one. They just said, okay, let's
just
go.
like, this one didn't happen. The stun,
Wow.
especially with the stun and the crit so early on, that makes me worried for like a lot of things went NA there, but EU just still got that win. That Lost Quill.
I can't believe Lost Quill pulled it out like that. That is what you get from the finals. That is incredible.
That was insane.
He had it was like 3 versus 1, and oh my god.
Yeah. And he's still going for banning Anomalous first. He's gonna let Taxi take the Lost Quill again.
He's gonna let him take Lost Quill? Oh god.
You best have a very different counter.
What is
wow?
What because if I was Wox, this I'd be like, okay, he can't have that. He knows how to use it too well. He can't do it. It's not possible.
So to counter that, I had a person in my first match who loved Unholy Valkyr, picked it every time he could. I want to say in the first match he played 5 matches total. He won 3-2. He played like Unborn Valkyr in 4 of those 5. I wanted to look at that and say, okay, if that is your favorite pet, I'm going to take away all your confidence in that pet. You've got to do that to Lost Quill somehow, or he's going to keep burning you with it. You got to either ban it, or you got to scare him away from it. And I don't know what he's going to do to scare him away from that. I think he might just have to ban.
Lost Quill, the strategy that Tanixion was using was definitely a lot of switching going on, so we could see maybe Jingles coming out. But
yeah, I'm seeing Nightshade Sproutling with the Call Darkness, the Blind, Poison Lash, or Lash. don't know which it's going to be. Then we see Death Adder Hatchling, which is just a pure counter for a Nom.
In a minute, we will have, it looks like it's up now. We have 4 more Gummy Battle Pet codes that we can give away. So those are codes that work in NA, EU, and OCE for the Battle Pet Gummy. And we have those to give away. If you would like to enter for one of those 4 codes, just type !enter in chat, and you'll be entered in the giveaway. Anybody can enter, and if you entered in previously, those have been wiped. So just type !enter in chat to re-enter again, and we will give those away at end of stream.
And if you already have one, and you don't, like, if you know other people don't have them, you can try for them another one. But remember, we're all about being happy and nice in this holiday season. And we already see Jingles coming out, so just showing again that happiness is not around the holiday season. It is only Jingles, and it is only putting traps.
It is so weird that Jingles is a Christmas pet. Like,
I know. Jingles is such a funny pet because it's like, oh yeah, booby trap present. What does that do? A ton of damage. Oh, no healing? No. What about the other present one? Nope, just does a ton of damage. So it is, it's a very big one.
It's very strange to me. It's like, okay, we need a pet for Christmas. Something that really says Winter Veil. How about a little dinosaur?
Yes.
Okay.
I can only imagine what they were doing when they're like, yes, we need Christmas pets. Yes, okay, we're gonna have a snowman, Santa's helper. Yeah, and a dinosaur. Fuck yes, Jimmy. Absolutely. Very correct.
Promotions for Jimmy.
Promotion for Jimmy. Jimmy is in charge of pet battles, and that is why we have not seen Raiding with Leashes. Jimmy, this is your fault. No, I'm joking.
Oh no.
Jingles versus Living Sandling and Death Adder Hatchling. Nightshade Sproutling. Wox's last pick. He's gonna represent NA real well. He's gonna pick Sir No, I'm joking. It didn't work.
Again, this is for the NA servers, which is NA and OCE. We had a lot of OCE competitors in the NA bracket, and versus EU, Tanixion representing EU. And this is the World Cup of Season 1, the first ever Battle Pet PvP tournament.
Ooh.
And this is the history moments.
So we see Twilight coming in, and we're immediately going to see, yep, we're getting rid of the one person who does mechanical damage.
Ichabod is such a good pet, and the fact that Tanixion can't use him it's a loss. But he's banned Anomalous, Lost Quill, and Ichabod. And
the mechanical Pandaren Hatchling.
That's true. So he's banned a lot of the traditional meta pets. So I'm wondering what we're going to see.
He's banned a lot of the mechanical damage pets. Honestly, if you look at this, with the amount of damage that mechanical would do to all of these, I almost think putting Jingles back in there for the booby trap presence would be the play. So we also have Demolish from Anubisath, but that's a 50% accurate move. You're never going to run that. So we have...
I have no idea what he's going to pick. And I think he's really trying to like focus on it too, because he needs to counter that Twilight and the Nightshade. The Jingles I think he's got with the Death Adder Hatchling.
Yeah. But... Okay, we're going Batty.
Batty is in there.
Coming back again, yep. Furious Flapping, Huge Fang, Wind Buffet.
I mean, all of them. Batty did good.
Yeah.
Batty did nothing wrong.
Batty's a baddie.
We have a giveaway right now for the Gummy Battle Pet codes. That is !enter if you would like to enter in the giveaway for the Gummy Battle Pet codes. And let's see how they're doing in game. They're still setting up their teams. Oh, looks like they might be ready to go. We can switch over. All right. So our competitors, the Wox's team is the Nightshade Sproutling, Jingles, and Twilight versus Death Adder Hatchling, Living Sandling, and Batty. Twilight is a great pet. Comes from the shop.
Yeah.
Good purchase, though. Good purchase.
I always wait for them to go on sale, then buy all of them because disposable income and being an adult.
One thing I really appreciate with just World of Warcraft is that the shop pets aren't any stronger than pets you find in game.
Yeah. It's not super unbalanced. Anomalous, you can get that one in game and it still destroys everything.
Not Anomalous you can buy for like 15 gold on the auction house. So if you're trying to get like all the, the top tiers, some of them like might cost you like 50k, but some of them are probably going to cost you like 12 gold.
Yeah. And the thing with Anomalous is you can get it through Horrific Visions, and Horrific Visions, especially like the Orgrimmar one, was not too hard that you could not do it now.
And we saw something. We saw something on the project map for this upcoming year, something with Horrific Visions. So maybe we'll see. It's something on the map. We don't know what it is, but we're going to see Horrific Visions in some way come back, and maybe we'll see Anomalous 2.
Anomalous 2, but worse. Anomalous 2's abilities are kill every opponent in one move, throw your opponent off a cliff in real life,
oh my God.
And make your opponent cry. The true moves for Anomalous 2.
All right, so we have it. Here we go. We have the first pick. Now, what are they going to throw out first? I think it's probably going to be Death Adder Hatchling and maybe Jingles. Let's see.
Batty to Twilight.
I was completely wrong.
So we're going to see a Call Darkness, and then we're going to see... Oh, no, Batty's just probably going to try to move him out. He did it last time. Yep.
I mean, that's what Batty starts with. It's good damage, and it, like, you picked Twilight for a reason, so...
The question is, do you put down traps expecting Twilight, like, for them to switch out, or do you just try to go for the pure damage? And it looks like he's just chose pure damage, and boy, was he right.
I mean, look at you got type advantage, and then
Yeah.
you can throw down the traps and then switch Jingles out.
Yeah, I would put down traps before I switch out, because I'm assuming next thing in is going to be Sandkeep. I'm assuming it's going to be a switch to Sandkeep really soon. No, he's just going for it.
So I think he was assuming that the traps wouldn't work because it was going to be like a same time switch.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
But now Batty's down. But the amount of damage that Batty was able to do before he went down, it's still in there. And then we have the blind coming out from both, probably.
Oh yeah. Death Adder Hatchling could easily clean house depending on the moves that Death Adder Hatchling has chosen against the Nightshade Sproutling.
We're probably going to get a blind on this one. And then it really just depends on what's next. Okay. So now he outspeeds. I don't know. You chose Jingles. You need to put down those.
You need to use them for the traps. The traps are there for a reason. You gotta
trap them.
We need to see the traps.
We came for the traps here, Matt. No, with the speed bonus from with the just winning in speed, the extra damage you get from pounce, it really might be the right move. Again, we are not the experts. We are just commentators.
That's true. You do get the speed bonus, and that's probably what he's going on.
And now we have this, and now he could see if the pounce gets him. He could also just see he's gonna.
So he switches out, thinking that it's best to not lose the Jingles to that, and he's just gonna sacrifice the Nightshade Sproutling.
Yeah. That's a decision. I can't tell you if it's right or wrong yet because it's not over, but
I'm always willing to sacrifice a pet that's already low health, use them as a shield.
Yeah. Honestly, I would use he's going to use the gift there, but now he's losing all of the benefit from having
that's so much damage against the. But now he's still on the advantage as far as health rules go.
Oh yeah. He still has the advantage of a pet that's on full health, but we also have Sandstorm on that, I'm sure. We have Quicksand to deal with the slow.
But Twilight can switch the weather with Call Darkness.
Yeah. He went with the slow, so whatever he chooses here, he's going to knock him out. He's going to switch. Wow.
Okay, so he reduces the speed. Now Jingles is just I think he switched out Jingles. Is Jingles going to be a shield?
Jingles actually outspeeds, so he might just be looking to hope to outspeed.
Using it as the last hit, something to stay alive after he kills the living Sandling, perhaps.
Because again, he also does have even if this guy goes down here, he still has the
Oh,
I think it works.
By switching out the Jingles at that moment in time, he still has enough. All he has to do is hit.
Oh.
But if Jingles outspeeds living Sandling, then all he has to do is just hit him the one time, and that's it.
Yeah.
If this isn't a miss.
Yeah, it's a 90% chance to hit.
That's it. Ooh. Okay, so it's 1-1. It's 1-1. Wow.
That was...
Because he switched out Jingles at the end, he had enough. He kept the speed because he knew he was faster and he was going to be able to last hit. That's incredible.
Yeah. That again, we are playing checkers. They are playing chess. That was amazingly close.
That was so good.
That was so well played.
I can't believe they did that. So we can switch back. Okay, we are good. Great. So this is for all the checkers. So every participant in the tournament got a enamel pin. So everyone gets an enamel pin mailed to them. Shipping not included, so you have to deal with that. But because I can't pay for shipping for everybody. But everybody gets an enamel pin, and the top 4 competitors get their choice between a jersey, some in-game codes for some pets and tabards, or a enamel block for your table. and then the first place competitor gets the trophy sent out to them. And if you want to know more about Battle Pet PvP tournaments and perhaps enter in next season, enter in our weekly nights that we're going to be trying to set up soon, or just giving us feedback, or maybe even helping out, check out petbattlepvp.com. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you there on that one. But let's get back to the match.
And while we have you all captive, thank you all for tuning into a stream hosted by Valor Gaming. Valor is a World of Warcraft focused guild. You can learn more about us at valorgaming.com, and also check out our game show series, Who Wants to Be a Goblinaire, where contestants are challenged on their World of Warcraft knowledge with a chance for 1 million in-game golds.
That's so much gold.
That is, I have spent a lot of time in game. I still only have 1 million gold.
I do a lot of public jewel crafting, fulfilling orders and sitting in town and doing that. It's how I've bought a lot of pets.
Fair. I spent a lot of time in Shadowlands just farming mythic raids for the BOEs, selling those. And there was a person in our guild who would just show up once every 2 months when he knew I had gold and be like, hey, I have this rare TCG pet that I'll sell you for like 100,000 under auction house price. I'm like, I hate you. You're really bad for my wealth. So we have Jingles and Lost Limb coming in. The Anxious Nibbler and Anomalous are the bans at the moment.
Jingles and Lost Limb versus each other. It's a very like stable match.
Yeah.
That would be very like versus each other directly. If they were, it's just one-on-one. It would be very dependent on like the choices the other person made. So it's very like even right now for the picks.
Yeah, honestly, if I were coming from Tanaxion's side, I think the banning of all of the mechanicals last time was showing. I think that he should probably try to pick one of those mechanicals early, keep him from getting all of them banned out.
So it's Wox's Wox got a ban there. Wox picked the Sandkeep. So Sandkeep has been banned. So now it's Tanixian's turn. They're choosing their second pick. Lost Limb, where does that come from? I know it's Shadowlands, obviously, but
I want to say it's a Meldraxis one. Is it the Maul?
I think it's got to be the Maul, right? I mean, look at it.
I don't know. I'm looking it up as we speak. But I just feel as though it's gotta be something from Meldraxis.
It's just a wild pet in the mall.
Is it just a wild pet in the mall? That is so boring.
Boring.
Listen,
boring.
I hate the ones that you just have to go around and catch in the wild. Like, give me a rare drop. Give me just a rare drop that I have to like farm for 10 hours. It makes it so much less fun.
So for me, the wild ones I really like whenever they have alternate skins. For anybody that's not aware, a lot of battle pets have like what you would consider in like Pokemon to be like shinies and things like that, where they have variant models. Maybe they have like an eye patch or an alternate color that they are something. And so the same pet can be, it's the same pet, same moves, same name, same ID and everything. It's just, instead of being brown, it's green. And I really like hunting whenever a pet has an alternate version, hunting down the specific breed and alternate colors of that version. I really enjoy that.
And it looks like Tanaxion heard me and grabbed Ichabod early, getting that mechanical damage in. Also, sorry for anyone who's heard my cats who are just attacking our trash cans.
Oh yeah, our cats were going crazy earlier.
They see the trash can right next to me. They're like, what if I knock that over? Will that get me food earlier? No.
So we see Ichabod. Now, this is Ichabod we've seen so often in the tournament in previous matches, but this is our first turn we've seen it in the actual matches in the finals. So it's got Reaping Hook, which is an incredibly good ability. Does a lot of damage and 4 switches. Chop applies bleed. Rake does great damage. Screeching Gears, which has a chance to stun. It's just a great team manipulation. So between Lost Limb and Ichabod, he's getting to decide which of his opponent's pets get to stay out and which one he gets to fight.
At this point, I would just take Jingles as Tanaxion and just attempt to to just put down the bombs everywhere, just pull people in and out.
Force them to take the Jingles damage. I mean, that is a strategy.
Yeah.
That could work.
We saw it used once, but with Fiendish Imp.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're seeing the Hoarder.
The Hoarder is in.
Oh no, what has proven to be like one of the more broken pets so far. I loved the Hoarder in round 1.
Yes, the Hoarder, the MVP of round 1, making his return in the finals. So we have Jingles, Frostwolf Pup, and then one more for Woxbc.
If you're just tuning in, we have 4 gummy battle pet codes that we are giving away. If you'd like one of those, they work in EU, NA, and OCE, and all you have to do is type !enter to get a gummy battle pet code. Ah, man, I would love to see the Hermit Crab in play, but I love Bubble. I think Bubble's a fantastic
Yes. I think it's underutilized. Bubble with just like I love the Swamp Croaker because it really does well against the amount of undead in it.
Mm-hmm.
If you put out the flies, the swarm of flies, and then you put down that, and if you have any effects that amplify the damage, it's just so broken. It's the reason why it was banned in every match I played. I think it got through twice and it crushed the opponents. You just don't expect it.
No.
Yeah.
This is the last pick. Well, it is 1-1. So depending on who wins this, we still have a 4th match. So
no matter what, there is still a guarantee of another match after this.
Mm-hmm. Because again, this is best out of 5, so first to 3 wins. And since they both have 1 win so far, it's anybody's game.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Anubisath.
Anubisath.
I did not see that coming against a Lostland Ichabod comp. Like, that is just not. It is kind of like the Hoarder, where it just is a very big control, but we've already seen it go against.
Just a quick question for chat. What do you guys think? NA or EU? NA or EU? What do you guys think? So the Anubisath idol, we have. I think he can get switched around with. I don't know. The Shimmerbow Hoarder is gonna control the Anubisath idol. I think
it will, because we already saw it play it. We already saw that in match 1 with Fwen. We saw the Anubisath versus the Shimmerbow Hoarder. It was literally something we've already seen happen. I'm very excited. Again, I'm just happy that my boy Sheedy Mergleton got to play. I just wish he would have won.
I mean, he did great in that match, but it just wasn't enough to.
He doesn't have that clutch. When he gets to Sir Sheedy Mergleton Senior, then he'll be ready.
He's got to level it up. Okay, we can switch over. Yeah, we did. All right, great. So it seems like chat is saying EU, NA, EU, NA. It's just rotating constantly. But I do think that there's more EUs in chat than NAs.
We got this, guys. Once we win this one, it'll be great.
Okay, so I think it's. I don't know. I would probably go like Hoarder versus Frostwolf.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's the match we talked about. Anubisath versus the Hoarder.
So we have the Anubisath versus the Hoarder. It's got type disadvantage, but he would lock him down every move.
Yeah.
So it's going to do less damage, but the stun.
Stun.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna put out traps early.
No, he's going to do damage. He's going to do the big damage, and then.
Okay. And he's
50% chance. 50% chance. And he hit. So
yeah. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, or as Jet said in chat, you miss 100% of the gummy pet giveaways you don't enter.
Okay, so deflect. So whatever move he uses here, All right, so that's the nibble, so he doesn't get stunned.
Ooh, and that gets rid of both of them. He can only do the damaging move. He has nothing to lock down here. That was really well played.
It's Sandstorm coming out this turn.
Yeah.
Ooh, and it does
that
a
crit. Oh, and the speed, he's still faster too. Oh, wow, that's a lot.
But he doesn't have any good damage coming out now. It's just 196. So
and he missed with the
Ichabod
grinding gear.
Ichabod can still pull this around.
Yeah.
Just switch him out, or maybe not. I don't know. Because then he would get cooldowns.
I would put a chop on him first, if anything. Put a chop on him, then switch him out. No, he just went for it.
He did good 636 damage. That was nice.
Is he going to put down traps, or is he just going to... Yep, traps are finally coming out.
But Ichabod has the type advantage now with the grinding gears. And the chop. And he still has the mechanical racial to be able to trigger.
Yeah.
So
it looks like he's just going to try to switch. Oh, he's going to go Haunting Song and just heal everyone up, isn't he?
I would do that.
I don't disagree. I think it's the correct move. I'm just, oh, that's gotta hurt, especially when you're pushing so hard. He gets the stun though.
If only he was faster.
Yeah.
So he's gonna switch out now that Anubis Idol's got that heal.
Yeah, that extra health. And now the Sandstorm's down. Does he want to just do the base damage and try to do it? He's gonna knock. Okay.
Into his mechanical phase, so he does come back
to the mechanical up. And now, oh, he got the stun again. That's a 25%.
That's good odds, honestly.
Yeah, that's good luck on that.
But he didn't use the deflect there. Ooh.
Pulling him right back in.
Now, was Ichabod faster than Jingles?
No, he's not.
No.
So he's gonna...
Oh.
Wow, that was a choice.
He survived with 75 health.
Yeah. Well, now he gets... Okay, now whoever gets pulled in has to take that hit.
It's not... Because Anubis Idol is out there, but that lost limb is almost a direct counter.
Yeah.
So even though the health totals do look a little even, it's not as even as you think.
Yeah. And now he's going to have to switch it out again. Oh, wow. I would almost want to go back to the Ghost Pup and then just hope to heal.
That would work. Even if he went into his undead phase, he would be able to heal.
Deflect. Is he going to use that move?
So he uses the deflect. He blocks.
He dodges.
Ooh.
No, he didn't use it.
He didn't use it, so he still gets to use it.
Yeah, he still gets the blind, so now it's a 50%. And he hits the 50-50. Okay.
But can Lost Limb do the cleanup?
It's a 1v3. We've seen a Lost Quill do a cleanup. Will the Lost Limb do it next? Sandstorm. Oh no.
The classic
never punished
666 damage from Anubisath.
Never punished. That's gotta hurt.
There's the miss. Well, at least we got one of them. Oh, too bad it wasn't the Sandstorm damage.
Yeah.
And he's saving his CC abilities. He said, I'm gonna take this damage hard. I'm gonna save my CC abilities.
Yeah, and I think the right move here is to go in. Yeah, I think he could have done it either way, but you've got to hope that the speed from this will do it.
Oh my gosh, the survive.
Yes, but now he's got.
There could have been a stun there, but there wasn't.
Yep. So now he's got the one undead phase. Oh,
but the 10% chance to miss from Sandstorm. They both hit it.
Both missed. That could have been a massive turning point.
That was the turnaround, and it just both of them rolled 10% chance. Oh no! Can
you imagine being so happy? Yes, he missed, just to see that miss go back.
Oh well, this is it right here. So Tanixion's gonna go down.
I don't know why he didn't just heal. It doesn't matter what he does; he's gonna win either way. But I would just
Tanixion. If Tanixion could have hit it for like kill damage, like a crit, then it would have been a draw.
Well, no, he was into the. It would have to go into the undead phase one phase earlier, so he would have had to kill it a phase earlier. He would have still had the one undead phase while the other one would.
No, he was currently in the undead phase. He had already died and came back, and the new phase the new turn had started.
So we have NA up 2-1. Yeah, that double miss. That's gotta hurt. The 10% miss that we are just seeing constantly.
I can't believe that the double miss was just like that turn was negated, which was crazy.
It's gotta hurt, especially when like that miss would have helped him come back, just to have his pet miss directly after.
And again, so Tanixion is playing through a proxy, and I can't imagine what's going on in their chat over there now between Salaka and Tanixion. Tanixion is like giving, when they're in game, saying like press number 1, press number 2, press number 3 when they're in the match. That way EU can play versus NA, and I can't imagine like the excitement that's going on in their room as this is all going on.
Yeah. It looks
they have to win this match.
Like 2 people are muted, so it doesn't look like there's a lot of fun conversation. Okay, it's back against the wall for Tanixion, and Woxbc got to win one more. Can you finish it off for the NA, or is it going to go back in? Looks like Jingles and Sandkeep are banned, leaving Anomalous already locked in. Did not even think. Did not pass go. Anomalous for both sides. The one time it is left unbanned. This is how you know that Anomalous is broken.
What's good for the goose?
Yeah.
All right. So, so we have the battle pet codes for Gummy that are currently in chat. Just type !enter if you'd like to get one of those codes, and we'll be giving those away at the end of chat or the end of stream.
Yeah.
All right. So Jingles has been banned for both sides, so we won't be seeing Jingles in this match, which is nice.
Oh, it looks like they're hovering over the dragon because they think that's the counter. There is nothing that is a dragon counter for the Magics now, but Anomalous isn't really countered by dragons either way.
We need a good consecutive hit move dragon ability.
We
Designers,
don't. I think we need that, but just to counter Anomalous, just make it so it does 50% more damage to Anomalous. That's all we need. And
we could balance Anomalous. But nah. No,
that's asking for too much.
Okay, so Wox is picking their second one. So this is right now their teams are even, but there's the second pick is what's gonna mean the difference. So they're both gonna start. You start with Anomalous, and they're both going to go against each other. It'll be a choice between who retreats first and what are you retreating into.
Unless they have a really good plan for Anomalous. If someone has a really good plan for Anomalous that we just haven't seen yet, would love for that. But it looks like we're going to have Graves as the second pick.
A good undead pet is nice against that way. Even if it does get like one-shotted by something, it can survive and do damage on that following turn. And then we
see Shadow coming out. I also think that it's probably going to run the Consume Corpse. Just once Anomalous is dead, then you can use Consume Corpse just to get that extra healing off. Baddie's coming back again. Question is, are they going to ban Lost Quill?
This incredible website, petdraft.com. This is a website that we use for all of our tournaments. It was built by Nightmane. Nightmane is a member of community and incredible programmer. So thank you, Nightmane, for building this incredible website that allows all this to happen.
Yes, Star Shady Murgleton. He is feared. Sorry.
It's okay. Thank you, Nightmane, for building this incredible website, petdraft.com. And if you want to just go to petdraft.com and use this, play against your friends, and go for it. Have fun. Don't have to be part of the tournament or the Discord. Just go use it. He also makes petsim.com, where you can simulate any battle in game, or just have a simulated PvP match if you wanted.
Yeah. If you have no friend, no, I'm joking.
If you have no friends.
If you have no friends and don't want to talk to people or run into people, we have a place for you. Okay,
Petsim.com.
Petsim.com. Frostwolf Ghost Pup. So we have double. Okay. I see a pick here, and I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to see it come back. I see 2 undead and anomalous, and I see nothing that counters this guy.
It counters Frostwolf or Graves?
It counters a little bit of both because it just has all the critter damage. With the, if we bring back the Hoarder, it does counter both of those. The only thing that can do anything to it is the Frostwolf pups. Like,
but in order to take that,
Yeah.
I mean, sneak attack is good, but well, I mean, the Hoarder is a good choice there, but
Yeah. With nibble, flash, and then sneak attack. Yep, and it got banned. I spoke it into existence. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I think it was the pretty obvious ban there, you know. So he was forcing him into that, going hard undead that way, and then banning his 1 counter to it.
And then we see Lost Quill, Baddie, Anomalous. We talked about how terrifying that Lost Quill was last time.
Okay, so the Lost Quill made it through, and the Lost Quill pulled it out like completely, like 3v1 the whole match for Tanixion in the first round. So we could be seeing the same again. We have the Frostwolf Ghost Pup, Graves, and then Baddie versus the double anomalous. So this is going to be the game of who does the best switching, I think. Who does intelligent switching, I think.
Whose anomalous has more blubber on its polar bear? That is the big question here.
Oh my god.
Which anomalous has more blubber on its polar bear is the big question, and that is what we're going to see here today.
Do you have Graves?
Do I? Oh yeah. I loved Heroes of the Storm when it first came out. I still occasionally hope that they do an event like they did. They had one event where it was just like the more you played, you got to run around and like get more gold, and I played that for so long.
I see that Salaka summoned their Mr. Mastocles, which is the 1800 achievement pit. Good job, Salaka.
Yeah, I'm at 1760. I just need to hunker down and do it, but Anomalous versus Lost Quill, they didn't even go into it.
No, they're going to try to control the first Anomalous and then bring out their own.
Yep, he's getting to sleep. He's probably going to switch it in here.
You think we're going to see a double switch this round?
I think we're going to see a double switch, and then we gotta. He didn't even. Yeah.
So he said, I get to use Anomalous, not you, and he decided who was actually out there that turn. Oh wow! And so he loses the switch and takes damage this turn. Oh wow!
That was beautifully played.
Very smart on Tanixion.
Because honestly, if they would have run the forced switch on, because I think Graves has a forced switch too, doesn't he?
Does he?
No, he does not. He has Clobber. That's what I'm thinking. Because if he'd gotten that stun out, I think that would have been big.
Most of the time, people who run Graves though pick Consume Corpse.
Yeah.
So that's probably what we'd be seeing from here.
That crit didn't change anything, but wow. Is EU really off to a hot start here? I cannot even think of a way for I couldn't conceive a way for them to crawl back into this. That is a rough start.
Just completely taking out the Anomalous on their team.
Yeah.
And I mean, Graves does have the Consume Corpse, so, but he's already used it, right?
No, he has not used it yet. He has not touched it yet.
Okay.
He's going to now.
Yeah, so
get back half health, but again,
gains 800. But I mean, he's
so much.
Is it enough to go against this opposing team here?
This juggernaut that is just sweeping.
So he finally takes care of the Anomalous on the opponent's team.
But now we have Lost Quill that's at around 75. Baddie is around 75. I will say they don't have a ton of health between the two. He might switch, just go for like the Ghastly Song. If he doesn't do it early enough, he doesn't have anything to heal. And he just gets it switched right back. Oh,
he says, I came here to finish off the Graves, and I will do that.
Oh wow, that was so well played. Because now we don't get to the Graves. It's undead phase. Cool, weird flex. Like it doesn't do much.
And the consume corpse doesn't get the trigger, so I think he
Yeah.
was hoping that he could keep the Frostwolf pup out until the
Yeah.
Frostwolf pup died, and then use consume corpse on that and keep his Graves alive
Yeah.
longer. But
And
that's
again,
just not what's happening
the
here.
Frostwolf pup does have like th- we cannot discount the fact that this thing has enough damage to go through this.
It
He could
does,
with
and
the undead. So if the Lost Quill can kill it in this turn, great. If he survives, yeah, he almost needed to use the ghostly bite there and hope that he didn't get stunned.
he
'Cause then
tried.
it
He
would've been-
healed it, and then
yeah, and now he's asleep. Yeah,
if he would have used the ghostly bite there and maybe killed it
Yeah.
on that turn,
yeah,
because
yeah.
he would have been in his undead phase the next turn, but because they both died this turn, you know,
Yeah.
he would have won.
Yeah, and again, I think that is, I think the first
That's so
move-
crazy.
the first move was when it was over.
So we are officially 2-2.
Sudden death. None of these matches mattered. Now it is just one match to finish them all. That is
Holy Shady Murgleton Jr.
holy sir, Shane Merkelton Jr.
A match that's 2-2, just showing how strong these opponents are versus each
Yeah.
other. Just their mastery over the system and the 5D chess that they're playing.
Yes. They are playing Death Note here. They are making moves within moves that us mere mortals cannot understand. These pet battle masters are just crushing it here.
And I'll cue into what Jet just said in stream there. I hope everybody's having fun. This is the first ever tournament like this, and I think first ever like pet stream for Valor. And I hope that everybody that's competed has had fun, everybody that's watching's had fun, and everybody that's helped out has had fun.
Okay, so looks like Wox does not want to play Anomalous v Anomalous again. He said, "Okay, I see it. I understand. I can see at this point. Anomalous gone. Jingle's gone too. Wow.
It's simulbans on both sides.
Yeah.
So neither one can use Anomalous or Jingles, which means that the strategies we've seen so far just aren't going to happen.
Yeah. You got to choose something new.
So we could see one of the pets. Maybe each one of them is going to pull out one that we haven't seen, but maybe we're going to see some, classics stay in.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna see Lost Quill, Batty, and then Lost Limb. Or maybe we're gonna see the Hoarder again. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna play what. I just know that this has been extremely intense.
Does the Shimmerbow Hoarder come in multiple breeds? No, it's just the speed. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just speed.
Good. All right. I don't have to get, because I was gonna go out there and get like all the different breeds of it. But it's only comes in speed, so we're good.
Puffin doesn't have time for that. Puffin just collects them, and once he has once he has one of the pets, perfect, done. I don't care about competitive. I don't care about battling them. I just want cool Pokemon that I can pet and like pull out during keys and yell at people.
I like using the mirror toy and turning into the pet and then running around as the pet itself.
So I'm not, if anyone in here is a raid member, I am not recommending you do this. We had someone who got really mad whenever people would talk during raid. I found a loophole. There is Bone Shard, which screams Bone Storm randomly. I got it for every one of the members of my Mythic raid team other than the raid lead. And every 5 minutes, you would just like have all of them screaming Bone Storm, and he wanted to kill all of us.
That's amazing.
It was hilarious. We ended up losing that raid lead at the end of the season, shockingly. But yeah, it definitely added some spice to the raid. We have the Tunneler. We have Sandstorm versus Sandstorm here. Sandstorm with shell shield. I'm sorry. Very big damage reduction. Then we have Living Sandling with the speed reduction, the damage, and then the Sand Bolt itself.
All right, and this is the one match to decide EU versus NA, the finals of the season 1 of the Pet Battle PvP. What are we gonna see? Who's gonna go down in history as the winner of the very first one?
Who's gonna make that one choice that just shocks us all? Okay, we have a Death Adder Hatchling. Okay, so we have 2 really good picks that have been done before. He's blocking Living Sandling from the other team. He doesn't want to see more Sandstorms. So where does he go from here then?
He's already got a Sandstorm, so we see the Cure Tunneler and the Living Sandling. It's Sandstorm versus Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Death Adder Hatchling is trying to counter the blind, so he has play on that. So he should pick something that also has play on the opponent's Sandstorm, probably.
Do we see Hermit Crab here? Or Fish Slap, Bubble, and Whirlpool? Maybe a dive?
Because it is a elemental pet. True. It would be a great counter to that Living Sandling. You just bubble the and with the speed, if it's the max speed being 337, it's definitely going to be faster than the Living Sandling.
We also don't see, and this is something I noticed earlier, we don't see anything with any flying damage on this opponent's team other than Batty, which is already banned. So if he's already banned that, it would be a good time to pull out this aquatic pet that he hasn't seen yet.
Sandstorm's flying damage.
Oh, you are correct. Yep. Okay, foot in mouth. You are very correct on that one.
Why it's flying damage, I have no idea. But
yes, I love my Sandstorm. It is very much a flying ability. I love when birds cause sandstorms.
It's not an elemental ability at all.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not the elements, like, birds.
Birds. Birds call sandstorms.
The avatar states: fire, earth, water, and bird. Not air, bird. Yeah, no, I think Sandstorm needs to be switched over to Elemental, because I 100% didn't even think of that. Because I'm seeing Quicksand and Sandbolt, which are also sand-based attacks.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of weird little hiccups like that. Like there's a mechanical bird, I think, from Dragonflight. It's a duck, I want to say, and it's typed as aquatic.
Perfect.
It's like, but it's mechanical.
Bird.
It's like name is like mechanical duck or something.
Love that. So we have Graves. He's trying the Graves again. It did put in some work on that last one, but ultimately didn't get him the win. And we're banning Shadow? Okay. Or is that Twilight?
Okay.
It is Shadow.
That's Shadow. So he's banning it probably for the Flash.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to deal with the mischance.
But we still have the Hoarder, which is the exact same thing.
It's true, but the Hoarder doesn't have as much damage.
Fair. You're fair. Wow. This is it all comes down to this.
Yeah, these picks are taking a little bit longer because this is the finals and this is the last match of the finals. It's 2-2.
Yeah. Oh no, trust me, I get it. When I went to 2-2 in my first round, I think we spent a full hour just planning one guy. We would sit for like 10 minutes in between each pull.
This versus right here is I'm gonna get it like printed out as a plaque and put it on my wall. It's the very final matchup.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a lot of fun putting all this together, and I'm really excited that everybody's had a whole lot of fun with it.
The next trophy's gonna Lost Quill coming in.
It won him the first round by a complete shutdown, so it's done him good.
I actually think this might be very similar to his first round match. I think I remember seeing both of these in there. I think this might be a repeat of the first match. I don't know if anyone remembers that far back.
if anybody can help
Yeah.
us out on what the first round of Wox versus Tanixion was, that'd be great if anybody can remember. But
Fwen, when you're as old as I am, I forget things easy. I'm old now. I have a knee replacement to at least do it. Fwen, I'm pretty sure everyone is older than me.
What?
I'm young. I started playing this game when I was like 5. Sorry, Blizzard. I know I was not within what I'm supposed to be.
I don't think Des is older than you.
No, Des is not. I know for a fact Des is not older than me.
There we go.
Des is like 8 years old, though.
8 years old?
Des is about to turn 9. Happy birthday, Des.
Oh my god.
Congratulations to Des on getting engaged.
Yeah, that's awesome. One of our mods, she just got engaged, so congratulations, Des.
Congratulations, you are not 10 years old. I will stop messing with you now.
Okay, so we seen the Lost Quill. Then there's the ban of Twilight. Yeah, Twilight and the Living Sandling. So this is the last pick of season 1. This is
yeah.
I
don't
want to influence anything, but
I couldn't choose. I want there are a couple of pets that I think haven't seen play that helped them in the past. I also think there are a couple pets that just work really well. It just is going to depend on like the speed for each of these as well, because I think the speed is going to be the big choice here. I don't think anything can help control the speed at the moment, but I really just, there are a couple pets that like I want it to be, but I just this is too tense for me to choose, because if they choose the mechanical Pandaren one, I feel like that counters 2 of them, but I also feel as though there's so much damage that comes out from that Living Sandling that if you put those 2 in a box together, it's just going to be over quick.
The Death Adder hatchling's got a lot of damage with the Vicious Fang.
Yeah.
So does he have a flyer to counteract that damage still?
I don't think so.
No, he doesn't have a flyer on his team to be able to counteract that damage. So
the mechanical can do enough damage with Bombing Run. I think does a decent amount of damage, but it's such a long one to wait for. He'd have to like trap it in somehow. Thunderbolt, cool, not going to do a lot during this one, but I also always caution. I know Explode looks like it's a joke pull, but it can do a ton of damage if you get ahead.
Explode really does do a lot of damage, but you have to, it's a game you have to play. If you get Explode off, it's because they didn't crit.
Yeah.
It's really, it's the last move you use right before they would kill you. Yeah. And you have to time that perfectly. But if you do, it's really beneficial.
Okay, we have a Ghost Pup. So we have our final match. It is the Onkir Tunneler, Graves and the Frostwolf Ghost Pup versus Living Sandling Death Adder and then Lost Quill.
We've been seeing Frostwolf Ghost Pup a lot from Wox. Really a favorite pet.
Which is really funny because if you look at it previously, he hadn't used it a lot. But now in this final one, it has been used. He's used it 10 times today alone.
Comes from Warlord the Draenor Archaeology.
Yep. Love that guy. Very adorable.
Okay. I like the sprite on those. It's very cute.
Yeah. Okay. Finals, guys. Let's get some NAs and EUs in the chat.
All right. So it's the finals. It's the last match. NA versus EU. Get your little NAs or EUs up in there. Let's cheer for this. Oh my gosh. I can't call this from the teams that they picked. Yeah. I have no idea.
I couldn't tell you what's gonna happen. I wish I could, but this is gonna be very intense. And whoever wins, congrats. I will beat you next year. You've become my target.
The Akir Tunneler, a rare drop from
Yeah,
Oldham.
that is the biggest pain. I will tell you this right now. That thing spawns like every 6 hours. It has a very low drop rate. People are constantly there.
All right, so he's powering up that move.
Mm-hmm.
He's powering up Vicious Fang, just using it over and over again.
Yeah, I see the damage coming in from both. I know that the Ghost Wolf has a heal, but yeah.
He needs
so much.
He needs to be able to use the heal though. So for the heal to be useful, he has to rotate through the others and then bring the Frost Wolf Ghost Pup back out.
I saw him hovering, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh, is he gonna? Oh yeah. Nobody but us can see the hover, so don't.
Oh no, I'm not saying it, but I'm walking at the hover. I'm like, oh no.
Okay, so he uses the massive damage hit and then takes a stun for himself, and then he can
crit.
He did get the crit, and rather than using like switching out and keeping the Ghost Pup alive, he's just sacrificing the Ghost Pup. He's not going to switch out the Ghost Pup. He's just going to use it to Death Adder hatchling kill.
Yeah. It's just going to be the
Death Adder. So he wants 2v2. Hopefully this does enough damage to him. Oh,
ooh, the blind.
I didn't see the blind coming out.
Wow.
So he does have to finish off the Death Adder.
Yeah.
So Tanixion has a little bit of advantage on him right now.
He doesn't have the speed and that damage from using it over and over again. He does get some damage on the back line, so that's a
little bit AoE damage. That's nice.
Yeah, he got that one off. He also has the heal on Graves, as well as all that damage. It's just, that is so much.
Graves does have that heal again, so the fact that he sacrificed the Frost Wolf Ghost Pup to be food for Graves is kind of good.
And then we see him switching here.
He's gonna lose the speed battle now because of the Sand Keep reducing his speed.
But that's okay. It looks like he's just going for the shell. He's just going for the shell and hoping that the combination of the shell and that will do enough to help him out. But
yeah, the Sandstorm and shell will be enough damage reduction that he can't really hit him with any other moves.
Yeah, especially because the other ability is weak to it.
Yeah, so he's gonna hit him for nothing per turn almost.
Yeah.
And that shell's gonna last 4 turns, so he should be able to hold this off.
Yeah, only doing 2 damage each turn. That was so well played.
He's completely negating Living Sandling's damage. So unless he switches out, 2 damage per turn is not going to work here.
Yeah. But wow, he's still hanging in there. He gets another quick stand. He's just going to get to reduce the speed.
He does get to reduce the speed.
He's turned it into a 1v1. He wants a 1v1. He does not think the Lost Quill can lose. He has so much faith in that Lost Quill. Wow.
I'm just like awestruck here. I'm like put in silence by how incredible this is going right now. So now since it's 1v1, it's not as even with the health totals as you might think, because Graves has 2 chances to use Consume Corpse and heal himself back up.
Consume Corpse is such a large cooldown. It only does something due to the fact that there's just not enough damage on the other side. We have the block from, like, it blocks 2 moves. I don't know. It could go either way. It is just going to be...
That block doesn't have a timer on it, too. He has to get rid of the block before he can...
And it's going to be up. Then he's going to get stunned on the next turn, too. I really think that...
He can't get stunned on this turn. He still has the stun resistance.
Yeah,
he still has resilience up.
Yep.
But now he can get stunned.
And then after this stun is up, he can just immediately build another thing while he can't do anything.
But he does have another Consume Corpse, so as soon as he wakes up, he can do that again, as long as he doesn't die before then.
Mm-hmm. That is shocking that he didn't build on that turn. Oh,
Can't,
wow.
is,
The
is that,
damage is just enough. Because now
do we
just
see a
gonna put up
draw?
a-
Do we see a draw though?
No, he can outspeed. He's just gonna put up his barrier. He has his barrier up. This is EU.
Oh my god!
This is EU.
EU wins it.
That
That could have been a draw, but it wasn't.
Wow.
Oh my gosh! He put up the barrier to block the last turn, and that was it. EU wins it.
Wow.
Tanixion
That was
clawed out of the losers bracket and used a proxy and wow, and thank you so much from Woxbc for also making it all the way and representing NA. Wow.
The thing is, he clawed his way back. They both clawed their way back in from the losers bracket. Then Wox goes up 1-2, and then Tanixion just fights his way back in. That was insane. The amount of resiliency we see from Tanixion, that was crazy.
I can't believe it. So let's see that the trophy. So Tanixion is going home or getting it sent to him. He gets this trophy sent to him, and he wins the season 1 trophy recreated. So it's the pets from the different zones from Ashkahet and Hallowfall going against each other, fighting over the crystal. Little Hallowfall down there in the center, and they're all going against the crystal. Oh, so fantastic. And Tanixion
really
gets to go. He wins it. Good job. Great job, Tanixion. And thank you, Woxbc, for also representing NA. Oh my God.
I'll see you in the finals next year, Wox.
Yeah, it will be next year because it's almost 2025. That's true. We only got a few more weeks left. 2024. So if you'd like to know more about Pet Battle PvP, then check out petbattlepvp.com. And we're gonna do more weekly stuff there, and check out our Discord and everything. Wow, I can't believe that win that he did.
Yeah. They're both here now. I want to thank both of you guys and everyone who's been a part of this. That was so much fun to watch. I really felt as though I was with you guys. And Wox, thank you for using the best pet of all time, Sir Shady Mergleton Jr.
If you guys would like to say anything, you are on stream. We can't hear you. So if you'd like to say anything before we end stream.
Yeah, I can say that Wox was a very good opponent. Very great player. Took me by surprise a couple of times. So I can say it was not an easy win against him, and I sure hope to see him next year for the next tournament. I'm sure he's going to do great.
Wox, you got anything for us?
Yeah, no, they were great games, and he played really well. And I'm looking forward to seeing him in the finals again next year too.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank
I
you.
can't wait for it. I'm sure you'll have your revenge.
I'm still here, you know.
Fwen, you're old. No, I'm joking.
Fwen. Fwen, thank you. Thank you, Fwen. And just thank you so much, Fwen, and for competing and being here and doing everything, making the mod or the add-on. I'm at a loss for words. That was such a crazy win.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
I saw that well coming. And I was not the only one, but that's because we know the next year.
And I think we have a stream giveaway coming up, and then yeah.
I also want to thank Goskaffur, who is not in voice channel with us anymore, but incredible competitor too.
Yeah, amazing people. Thank you to everyone who watched, supported, participated, everything with this, because this has been a really good project that we have a lot of great people around, and I love this for the pet battle community and everyone here.
Thanks, Solaka, and for helping out with the proxy, and Recon, and Jet for doing the stream, and everybody in the Pet Battle channel that really helps out with everything that we've built so far over there. I want to thank all of you. You've been incredible. from building the website to just hanging out and being a mod in the Discord. You guys are all amazing.
Thank you to the people who helped us run this, because I do not have the technical skills to work on any of this. I just kind of have an average voice, so they're just like, you do that.
If you'd like to see any of the previous matches that led up to the tournament, most of them are up on petbattlepvp.com. You can check out the YouTube from there, and the YouTube links are there, and you can check out most of the previous matches there if you'd like to see more of the matches that led up to this.